You are the king of choking, mate.
Fuck! What is happening, bro?
The Irish native. Gara's a small person.
Bob's definitely smaller than Gara.
You'd be shocked.
I try to put everything that I earn back into it. You need to have shit scheduled. You need to do stuff the right way instead of just hopping on stream and just streaming for the sake of streaming.
Man, people like bounties out of the celebration.
Anyone who eats Bounty Bar, yeah, no, can't be doing that shit, man. I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life than I am right now. Guys, what the hell?
I've actually had some of the fucking Bisto's mods like on my like YouTube videos and like Twitter and stuff, like just being like, oh, watch the podcast, great, like, and just now they're supporting me and shit. Like, that's amazing.
Man, Crowlers is on top of everything.
Yeah, that's
He's fun, man.
He's a fucking legend. You're doing Gara's thing tonight as well, yeah?
I am, yeah. I'll be all podcasted out, man.
Yeah, you'll be fucking wrecked for that. I was saying to Jenny, I was like, I'm gonna have him fucking wrecked for this podcast. Like, he won't have a fucking clue what he's on about.
Oh my god. I was like, I listened to yourselves and Bob's episode, man, and I was like, fucking hell, fair play. Bob went on for 2 hours, and then you were saying to me, you were like, yeah, first hour will be this, second hour will be. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna be flat, man.
I'd say it'll be an hour and a half. I don't think it'll be 2 hours.
Grand.
There's not much. You're not really interesting, you know, like Bisto, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't talk as much as him as well.
I was saying to him the last time, no like fucking pressure, but he was like one of like the best, like he would just talk back to me like no matter what I'd say.
He talks some amount of muck, doesn't he?
Yeah. Alright, let's start this. I just want to fucking go into because, you know what I mean? Fuck it.
I'm actually nervous, man. I don't know why.
Well, I was going to say this to you. If you're nervous for this one, you'll be in fucking stitches tonight because when I was going on to Gara's one, I was fucking shitting it. And I do podcasts all the time, like.
Yeah. This is actually the first time I've ever gone onto someone's podcast, so.
Yeah, I was the same with Gara a couple of weeks ago. First time I went to someone else's podcast and I found it really strange.
I've been sitting here the past like 15 minutes, kind of half shaking. I'm like, should I open a window? No, it'd be too cold. And I'm like, I'm all nervous, man. I don't know why.
Well, to make you a little bit fucking, little bit calmer, my first podcast I did with like a big guest name was Syphic. Fucking had this shit for like an hour before we started that podcast.
Oh,
and I was like proper ill for it. Like I just couldn't fucking concentrate.
I was debating on having a coffee and everything. I was like, nah, can't be doing that now. Can't be doing it.
He just shit himself. Yeah. I have like a fucking whole pre-podcast routine and everything at this stage. Like, it's like,
talk me through it.
Do you know when you go for like a run and you're like, oh, you know, you have to go for a piss before, you might have a banana, you might, you know, some water and stuff. I'm saying a podcast, I have to make sure I'm eating right. I'm like a professional footballer when I do a podcast. Everything, the diet has to be perfect. There has to be no interruptions, like at all. I have to go for a shower beforehand. Everything has to be perfect because when I'm feeling good, I'm in like a good mental space. The podcasts are amazing.
You're like one of those OCD people where one thing goes wrong, your whole day is fucked.
Honestly, I was watching the podcast back that I do with Bisto, and like, you know the way like you have the split cams, you won't be able to see it, but like the split cameras, my camera was more over to the left, like, and it would have been like 70%, 30% kind of split. And it's like, but that was because Bisto's fucking camera's like so close to his face like that. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
He's kissing the camera, isn't he?
He
actually does be kissing the camera.
Yeah, we're proper like fucking. You know, even though it's great, this is fantastic.
Okay, yeah, I can understand what you mean though. That would proper like, it would only kind of get to you like us type of people like that are watching it all the time and stuff like that. That you can actually see stuff like.
You listened to the podcast, though, didn't you? Last week, you listened.
I listened. Well, I went back and watched through some of the bits on the YouTube channel, but I was actually listening because I went up to Dublin with the lads from like two of the boys from Cork, Fish and D, and I went up to see Bob. The boy made me go up and collect him from fucking where he's living to bring him back down to Dublin. No, but we went up there and on the way back we listened to the podcast. So I listened to it on Spotify on the way back in the car. So it was grand. Well, I usually listen to Spotify for podcasts and stuff like that. Like
I would as well. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot. He'd be my favorite podcaster. I don't know if you listen to him.
I listen to him. Yeah, I actually started his Mr. Beast one recently.
I'm so happy you brought it up. That podcast is fucking amazing.
I haven't I'm only about 45 minutes into it, so I haven't finished it all yet. Like, but it's so good so far. His brain is built different, isn't it?
I don't understand how he can do so much shit in 1 week. Because like you know, I know, like people like Gara know, like it's very hard to fucking stream every day what you're doing. Yeah. It's very hard to fucking even mentally, like the mentally side of like doing content is fucking difficult enough. But then you're like not forced to have to get on camera every day, but it's like some days you just don't feel it. And it's like, it's difficult. And I don't know how Mr. Beast does all. He must be so like, he doesn't give a fuck what anyone thinks of him. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck.
That's the right way to be, though. But like 100%. even at that, like the amount of videos that he's doing, the amount of different, like I didn't know that he has all this like food companies. He has all this like charity work going. Like, fair enough, he probably has a load of people working for him, like organizing all that. But like, still to have his name on top of it as well, he needs to keep on top of it. The amount of stuff, man.
Yeah,
I never knew he had that much stuff going on. It's
difficult as well because I say like you don't like. It's so hard to put into perspective because like you have to give a fuck, but at the same time he just doesn't give a fuck, and it's such a great mix. I was watching a podcast. I don't even know the Nelk Boys.
I don't think I've heard of it. No.
They're like some content creators in America. It's not a massive deal, but they had Donald Trump on their podcast. I was like, what the fuck?
Really?
Donald Trump on a 2-hour podcast. Like, oh my god!
Like recently?
Like 2 days. Like I think it was yesterday. It came out. I was watching it today on the fucking bog. Unreal podcast.
What?
Yeah.
That's mad.
It's podcasts are great. I don't know, like, it's just something about, whenever I go run, I listen to a podcast. I love listening to intelligent dialogue, good conversation. I can listen to music, but I feel like if I'm listening to other people talk, it kind of stimulates my brain more so. If I'm listening to music and I'm out in the bar, I'm just like, literally, I'm thinking of nothing. And it's like, that's fine. That's like that, you know, some people like that. I've often like started going running, listen to podcasts, or like not listen to anything at all. Just like
takes your mind off the fact that you're actually running and doing
exactly
stuff like that. Yeah, no, I've noticed that I rarely listen to music since I started streaming.
Really?
I constantly have music on in the background of my streams and stuff, you know. And I'm just like, I played all the playlists that I play. I've listened to basically every single fucking song in my playlist throughout the streams and stuff like that. So when I finish streaming, if I'm going for a drive or something like that, I'm like, I don't want to listen to the same music over and over again. So I'm just like trying to find as much podcasts as I can.
I barely I listen to music a lot, but I don't like take it in, if that makes sense. Just like, it's just background noise to me. Like, I don't like, if I'm listening to the same song over again, I wouldn't even like realize I'm listening to the same song, if that makes sense. I just completely tune out my brain. Like, I'm a little whore when I'm editing. I'll have like songs blare in the background while I'm editing something. I'm like,
I can't. I have to be listening to it, man. If I have anything, like if I have someone like walk into my room when I'm editing, I can't concentrate.
Yeah.
Can't concentrate. Like I do this thing now with Bob the odd time where we both sit in a call while we're editing and stuff like that. But like, we don't speak. We're just sitting in the call.
What's that like? Because you're a streamer and you're doing all the editing and stuff yourself. What's that like? Do you have to like learn that yourself and all that shit?
I've learned everything like editing wise myself. I do all my own TikToks, YouTube videos, everything. The only thing I haven't done is probably a couple of thumbnails. That's about it.
Thumbnails are difficult. I feel like thumbnails are the only thing I'll never just like learn, because I just can't be arsed. My opinion on thumbnails, you just get the people who are like really, really proficient in that and just let them crack on and do it, because they'll know best as well at the same time.
100%. Yeah, like when I was doing gaming videos and stuff like that on YouTube, I was getting thumbnails for them, but like I'm slowly pushing the kind of gaming content creation side away in terms of YouTube and stuff like that anyway. But the past like 3 videos I put up are IRL content, and I've done all those thumbnails as well. So basically everything that I've done on the past like 2-3 weeks is just done by myself. But yeah, in terms of like editing and stuff like that, it might sound weird, like, but I love seeing like going onto YouTube and searching like how to do these transitions and how to do all different type of stuff. Like I kind of find it addicting, like, you know. I've
been trying to learn motion design at the moment. It is it's difficult, but it's the same premise. What do you use for editing? I use Premiere Pro.
Premiere Pro as well.
Yeah. So like a lot of animating is just keyframes and stuff like that. So it's not foreign, but it's just different. It's hard to describe.
Okay, what type of stuff are you thinking about doing?
Motion design and just like generic stuff. Like I pay people to like do like the, you know, listen on Spotify, like that sort of shit.
Oh yeah, like the pop-up stuff. Yeah, I get you.
I hate paying other people to do stuff that I can do myself. I feel lazy. Like there's no
I know
point.
What you mean. Have you ever had like an editor before?
For like one video, and I hated it.
I'm so afraid of diving into that type of thing. I'm so afraid of it because I'm so picky with the editing that I do. Like I could spend like I remember there was one video that I did. I don't know if you saw, but I played every game of Call of Duty.
Yeah, I seen
it was like an hour long, and I spent 3 weeks editing that because I was so picky about like what way I wanted that. I had like a vision in my brain, and I wasn't happy with it until that like came to life and stuff like that. And I just knew if I sent all those like gameplays and recordings away to someone, and they came back with something, I would find so much stuff wrong with it, even though it probably would be an unbelievable video, like. But me personally, my brain is just wired to just do it myself and do it the way I want it, you know.
I've always edited my own videos. The thought of even letting someone edit what I say, like, it just gives me like the ick. Like, I don't like someone having the power to change what I say, or if they don't understand me fully, like, they'll change a certain way that I say something and then the whole thing is ruined, like that whole sentence. I'm like, no.
I know exactly what you mean. And as well, like, the amount of times that I don't even notice it, but the amount of times that I go back on the recordings and stuff like that, and I'm like, the amount of times that I have to slowly like edit those little bits out, you know. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's I've tried, like, with TikTok recently. I've been doing like a lot of like just like basically recording videos for TikTok as their YouTube videos and just making, like, you know, 2 minutes short, whatever the fuck. And it's like I've been so picky because TikTok is so weird. You have to be very, like, not in their face, but something has to be happening. Like,
like the first like 5 to 10 seconds has to be,
not
like,
even that, like, to keep people engaged. Like, the secret to TikTok that I've learned from people I've talked and just doing it myself is actually, like, making sure people watch the entire thing. Like, the full 50 seconds or the fuck. Even, like, doing a little outro at the end. I'm, like, subconscious. If I do a little outro, like, you know, go sub to my YouTube channel, like, that little mini second of people not watching that is going to affect the video. So I'm like, okay, fuck that shit. So, like, with TikTok, it's bang, 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 everything. And I started writing jokes and stuff for TikTok as well. And the amount of times I've been, like, redoing stuff and retaking it, and, like, like, a 2-minute TikTok would actually take me probably longer than, like, a video, just because, like, how fucking precise I am with that fucking thing. It's unreal.
Yeah. Would that be in terms of, like, recording or editing?
Bit of both. If I see, what I used to do is when I stop recording, I turn off the camera, I turn off the lights. Okay, editing mode. But now I'm kind of like, especially with TikTok and stuff, I'm making mistakes, and I'll just, like, I'll have to go back and be like, okay, I'm re-recording that part right there, slot it straight into editing, and I'm just kind of like recording, editing at the same time, which is different because I've not been used to that. And yeah, no, it's all about, I don't know, learning is a weird thing. Learning is great. It's fun.
Always changing as well, though, at the same time. Yeah. It's always changing. Like, I know, like, for me personally, like, I started with doing only gaming stuff, like, as you probably know and stuff, but the past, like, 2 to 3 weeks, I've slowly been starting to, like, change over from, like, gaming content on YouTube wise and going into IRL content, and the change is unbelievable. It's absolutely insane.
It's so different. I was watching a video, someone sent it to me. I have, like, a guy who's kind of, like, working on analytics and shit with me, like, just going through some stuff with me. I'm trying to learn that. And I was talking to this guy in DMs, and they were showing me a video. I think it was Logan Paul's editor. Conveniently, the same editor that did the fucking Suicide Forest thing. So, you know,
oh my god,
yeah. So, you know, take it a pinch of salt. But, like, I was watching his video, and he was breaking down how a Mr. Beast video is done and how it's, like, edited, and, like, just, like, little things, like, every, like, 5 seconds to, like, keep you engaged. And then he'll do, like, it's kind of like changing the pace, like going from, like, really fast paced, and, like, one thing that I thought as well, which is really, really important, is in the thumbnail of, like, I think it was the island video where he bought an island. Like, what resonated so much from the video that I was watching is, like, the thumbnail is literally him on a fucking island, and he starts the video on the island, so automatically you know that he's not lying to you. So the thumbnail and the videos match up, and that's just really, really important. And it's actually been changed the way I've been, like thinking about thumbnails mainly. Is, like, I want people to, like, be secure if they're watching the video, like, they're getting what they're given and not clickbaiting at all. And
there's so much into it. There's so much, like, into YouTube in terms of analytics, you know, viewer retention and all that. Like, it's such a new aspect to me as well, because, like, I've come from Twitch. Yeah. You know, I'm very new to the whole YouTube part, as opposed to you came from YouTube and then started going into Twitch, didn't you?
Yeah. I've been streaming longer. Well, actually, not really. I've been doing videos since 2015, but, like, obviously I was fucking young at the time, so, like, you know, you can't really count it. But, like, I've been doing YouTube properly since 2018. So, but, like, the first, like, year was, like, maybe, like, a video a month, and I was streaming every day on YouTube, and I was, like, playing Fortnite and fucking Call of Duty and stuff like that, and it was fun. But
how did you find streaming on YouTube?
Streaming YouTube is fucking shit. It's so bad.
Really?
No, I can't defend anyone who's like, but YouTube streaming is better than Twitch because, like, you can do all of this and you can. It's like, if you stream on YouTube for a week, you'll understand there's a big difference between Twitch and YouTube in terms of community, in terms of features. And even the quality, man, I used to be driving myself potty by the streaming quality on YouTube. I don't know if you ever watched, like, Tin of Tam or something. Like, bro, it's literally fucking blurry and grainy because YouTube's compressors are so fucking shit. And it drives me crazy.
Not bad?
Compared to Twitch, like, Twitch is a way better, like, codec system and all that shit. Like, it's way higher quality. And then you go onto YouTube and it's like they're broadcasting in 4K just to bring the fucking quality up. Like, it's disgraceful. YouTube, oh man.
Yeah, YouTube was made for videos. Like, it's not a live streaming, like, platform. Yeah. You know? They only brought in the live streaming platform because they saw how well Twitch was doing and stuff like that, and Mixer at the time, you know, and they just tried to compete with them at the same time.
I find shorts.
They've gotten big names.
Have you tried doing shorts at all on YouTube?
Shorts actually grow your channel a good bit.
Yeah.
I've noticed, but there's a very like certain amount of time, you know? Like I've never noticed, like I've noticed if you put up a short, the first 24 hours, it depends on how it goes. In terms of like, I've had a YouTube short get up to 100K in like 4 hours. And then after that 4 hours, it was dead. No gain on it at all. I've had a YouTube short that would be dead, get one view. That was me viewing it, checking if it was all right when it was uploaded. And for 12 hours, there was nothing on it. Then it would shoot up to 5K viewers and stuff like that. Then it would be grand. Nothing after that, you know? I
was doing shorts for a little bit. I was like 3 weeks ago, I was like doing TikTok shorts and reels to see which was the best. I ideally want to do all three. But like the reels were like doing like 4 or 5K views on the same stuff that I do on TikTok, right? TikTok would get like 100K per video, like easy. Like I wouldn't have to fucking stress it. Like obviously it's a lot of attention to detail and stuff like that, but then I'll go over to reels and the same video will do like maybe 4 or 5,000 views and like there'll be like 20 or 30 likes. I'm like, okay, but Gara was saying the more and more you upload on reels, the easier you are like to get into the system and stuff, and it's kind of like over time. And YouTube Shorts is only one I don't fully understand. I don't understand how you do it, how people are getting good videos and stuff. I don't understand anything at all with YouTube Shorts.
The only thing I've noticed and changed in terms of YouTube Shorts would be I used to upload them on my phone, like you would with TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff like that. But once I switched over to uploading shorts on like PC, on the actual website and stuff like that, you can put in tags. I know tags don't do much in terms of like, you know, gaining viewers and stuff like that, but I was putting in tags, I was putting in all this description and stuff like that you couldn't really do on mobile. But I've noticed a big jump since doing that. I don't know if that is anything different. I don't know if it was just the shorts that I was putting up. But it was weird. It was just once I made that transition from mobile to using the website and stuff like that, it was a big jump for me.
I think YouTube is all about discovery and like how long people will watch your content. It's so important. Like I'll be actually depressed for a week if my video doesn't have like a 65% ish like view retention for the whole thing. Like 65% of people watch the full thing. I can't sleep because like if you don't, it's really strange. With YouTube, you have to have like over 55% for your stuff to even like get partially recommended on YouTube. In my experience, anyway. In terms of view retention, it's like if I get like 40-50%, I'm like, okay, it's just not going to go past 1,000 views. Like realistically, it's going to grow slowly. I'm pretty much relying on search results mainly. It's just like if you're it's important to have like a good search result. So like if someone's Googling your stuff, like, you know, the best place to live in Ireland, like my video will come up straight away, and that's great. Like over time, that'll get views. But like if that's not getting pushed to the people and they recommend it, it's just not going to grow. Well, definitely not past 2 or 3K. Like it's really frustrating. I feel like it obviously for me, I'm so new to the whole YouTube thing, so I'm so still learning all of this stuff. So it's so interesting to me, like you saying about all like viewer retention and stuff like that. Like, but like I'm happy if one of my, because I'm so new to YouTube, I'm happy if one of my YouTube videos that gets over 100 views. Like, you know, I'm just like, fucking hell, that got over 100 views in the past. Like since I switched over to IRL content, like I've had top, you know, 1 out of 10. It's easier to get people over, I feel like, as well, to IRL videos. Time. Like they just want to watch it more.
Yeah, it's so difficult though when you upload like a video that you think was like you put so much effort in it and you see that 10 out of 10. It's so shit looking at analytics in terms of that though, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been doing like a lot of second channel videos, like highlights for the podcast and stuff, and like I'll see it a lot, like 10 out of 10, because like not a lot of people will see it. I've gotten more views, which is so strange. I've gotten more views in videos where I put my name in the title on the second channel because it's getting recommended to the people on the main channel than videos that would have like my name wouldn't be in it at all. Like the people who watch my main channel would then get recommended stuff like that my name is in, if that makes sense. So when Gara's doing the podcast, made it upload on YouTube, people will start getting recommended that because my name's in the title. Weird shit like that. And this, I don't know, the second channel for me at the moment, I'm just trying to like grow it and just like, I'm kind of like obsessed with like making sure I'm doing every aspect of content creation at the moment. I said it to, on the podcast last week as well. Like I want to be able to do TikTok, the short form content, the long form content with the podcast, streaming, the main channel, the second channel. If I can do all 5 of those, fuck me, we're flying. Even if I get nowhere, I'm just like, at least I'm satisfied, you know what I mean?
And what do you want to do? Like, what do you want out of the main channel? Or not the main channel, the second channel?
Second channel, eventually I want the podcast to be on the second channel. I want like shorts, highlight like clips from the I don't know if you've ever seen Joe Rogan's podcast, the clips on.
Yeah, I have.
Like I want the second channel to have like a load of clips like that from the main channel. Some second channel videos that aren't good enough for the main channel. Just stuff like that. That's, I don't know. It's having a second channel is all about like making sure you have more content for people to watch of you. So if I'm not up, so with Mr. Beast, for example, he mightn't upload on the main channel for like 2 weeks, but he's having like second channel videos, channel videos going out every week as well. So it's like, I don't know, you can put in a lot less effort in the second channel and still like be in people's faces all the time, which is kind of the goal of it, I feel like.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But like you said there that you would put up videos that wouldn't be good enough for your main channel, because like that blows my mind, because I don't know, like for me personally, what would be good enough to put up on my main channel, what wouldn't be good enough. Like what do you mean by not be good enough to put up on your main channel? Well,
basically the main channel is all about like, I want people to see the videos and be like, okay, RUSHGK, RUSHGK Box, the podcast, like Irish type videos at the moment. Like that's like what I'm doing at the moment. I want like the main channel to be mainly that at the moment. And the second channel is just like laid back. I don't give a fuck if the analytics are doing like really shit. It's just like me talk. Like I have a series in the second channel called Talk with Jake, where I literally just like, I'll talk about cancel culture. I'll talk about like my goals for 2020, my goals for 2022, and just stuff like that. The most recent one was like, I think it was a reaction to Mr. Beast on Joe Rogan's podcast. And like,
just whatever the fuck you want to put up, really, without any thinking about it, without scheduling shit and stuff like that. I feel weird
putting stuff on the main channel. It doesn't do well because it fucks me mentally. I know if I can put it on the second channel, it's like, oh well, if it doesn't do well, it's not the end of the world, but it's still content there for people to watch at the same time. So it's like it's I don't know. People would be pissed off at me saying that, like me like disregarding the second channel like stats and stuff. Like it's just something I'm using at the moment to like grow my portfolio, and like there's more content for people to watch. Like that's all it's about for me at the moment, like making sure I have a nice catalog of podcasts for people to go back and watch, for companies or brands to be like, oh well, he's a serious side as well, look at all these podcasts, nice thumbnails, nice titles. That's really important. I feel like having like a different personality for the podcast and the videos is very important, but it's different for people to understand that as well, because like when I'm doing like a main channel video, like we'll say like a 10-minute RUSHGK, like I'm fucking, it's like I'm on steroids, like it's like I've just been injected with something. I'm fucking, you know what I mean? But then on the podcast, like, you know, I'm just here like just talking, and it's like it's nice to have both contrast in the channel for people to come back and watch. I think it's important.
That's the way I am on stream. I'm very like fucking hyped up and going for it and stuff like that, you know. I fucking props you though, man. I find it so hard to keep on top of all socials. Like really fucking hard. Like I know I saw Gara got like one of those social media managers and stuff like that. Like
yeah, Shadow Doyler, I think his name is. Something like that.
I'm nearly debating on getting one, because I genuinely can't keep up with it all. Man, I noticed that if obviously I'm streaming like that's like my main thing is I'm a Twitch streamer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to push myself out into content creation in terms of YouTube and stuff too. And I noticed that if I'm streaming daily and, you know, I have a stream from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., I'm finishing up stream and I'm thinking what I can do for YouTube videos and editing YouTube videos. And then I'm like, I'm blocking out TikTok. I'm blocking out, you know, Instagram Reels. I'm blocking out YouTube Shorts. And then when I focus on, okay, I need to get some TikToks up, I find myself blocking out YouTube, you know? Like actual videos and stuff like that. How do you keep up with everything, man?
Well,
like genuinely,
it's this great thing called unemployment. It's like I have a lot of free time. Genuinely,
I'm the same as you, man. Like this is my full-time job.
I mean, like I'll ask you your schedule in a minute, because I'm actually curious what you do, because you're a morning streamer, and like that to me is completely foreign. What's actually really strange about morning streams is that was like my thing. Like I fucking loved, especially over the summer when I was like doing Fortnite stuff on YouTube mainly. I get up every morning like 9 o'clock, get the coffee, you know, the glasses on, the gamer glasses. Oh, it's time to play Fortnite, guys. Hey, chat, poggers, you know, like that's basically. Oh, it's so cringe looking back at it, like it's fucked. Yeah. But like, my schedule at the moment in terms of content is like, there's a TikTok out every 2 days. I try doing it every day, but it's like every day it kind of. See, if I'm stressed for time and I upload a TikTok at 10, I'm like, okay, it's not going out at 10. It's just not. It'll do shit. We're uploading a fucking, you know, we'll do it 6 o'clock tomorrow or something like that in the evening. I'm not rushing a TikTok, because if you rush TikTok, it gets 3K views. I'm going to be depressed for 3 days. So, the podcast is the only thing that's kind of like flexible at the moment, but it's also like the only thing I'm strictly doing every week now. It has to go out. Like I could do one main channel video as long as the podcast is going. I don't mind, because I need. It's so hard for people to understand this point of view, because I need the podcast. I think it's the only way for me to actually get brand deals, or for me to actually come across as some bit normal, because like it's like when Logan Paul's in like all those mad vlogs, or like David Dobrik doing those mad vlogs. Like You come out with stupid shit. You say stupid shit. But I need this as like a fallback plan almost.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's always something I want to grow with the channel. Like eventually, from like 35 and I'm still in the podcast be the main thing that I want to do. So that's really important.
Does the podcast go up on a certain day, or is it just like whenever throughout the week?
Well, it's hard for me to say because I've only just started doing it in the last like 2 weeks again. Yeah. Like Bisto's was the first one of like this new kind of like series, we'll call it. Like, so it's every Sunday at the moment.
Doesn't fucking wake up either, does it? Or check his phone.
Fuck me. The podcast.
He's some man.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
He's a lazy
some man to not
cunt.
check his phone.
He'd be up every morning till like 3 o'clock in the morning playing Vanguard and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
Lazy little cunt. But at least he's aware of it.
Up until 4 o'clock in the day then, though.
No. The amount of times we had to reschedule that podcast last week or 2 weeks ago was fucking criminal. Like I was like, okay, let's do it on Monday, be up there on Friday, blah blah, or let's do it. We'll do it Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be up on Sunday, and okay, here we are, fucking Thursday. Can you do it? No, okay, Friday. We'll do it Friday. You'll be up on Sunday. Cutting it short, but yeah, okay, fair enough. So I kind of
my whole fucking life, fucking playing with Bob, man. I can't, like, it's so, man, like literally, like we organized to go up to Dublin with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, to the 3 lads, or the 2 lads that are down here, my actual IRL friends, Bob and D, like, we organized, we'd leave at like 9 o'clock. We left an hour later, so we left at 10. Yeah. We were like, okay, Bob, we're going to be up at your house at around 11 or 12. We were there, we were actually an hour later. We were up at 1 and he still wasn't ready. He was out of bed 5 minutes by fucking 1 o'clock. Like, he's just, you can't rely on him.
Yeah, I feel like you're very good at scheduling your stuff. I feel like, yeah, I think not to throw digs at Bisto, but like I think the best content creators have a plan of what they're doing every week. And I've been talking to like, we'll say higher level content creators. I'm talking about like people who know YouTube more and like they know content creation more as a job. They'll end up like doing a schedule every Monday for like what they're doing for the week, like an itinerary. And I've actually been talking to a person who has like their own fucking personal management team for like their content, and someone will actually go around and do like the planning and organize dates for the podcast that he's going to come on. Of mine. It's just so foreign to me. Like I'd love for someone to actually have like the control of like my schedule. I just love to be there. Time and place, I'm there. Fantastic. Everything's going swimmingly. Fantastic. I fucking hate. You're good at scheduling though. I'm happy that we, it was meant to be this morning at what, 12?
It was meant to be this morning at 12. Yeah, I mean, like, I was reeking this morning because I woke up at like 7 and I went downstairs and my modem for my internet has like a white light that says, like a ring around it that says, you have internet. I went down this morning and it was like a big red light. It was like the red ring of death on Xbox 360, man. It was like, oh my God. I saw that I had no internet and I was ringing around. I spent about 4 hours on the phone of different companies, like trying to find the best internet, trying to find the best, like what would be the best in my area and stuff like that. Because like the past, I don't know if you know, but the past like 2 weeks, I have had 9 internet cuts. So
why is that?
Just my area. I don't know why.
Where are you from? What county?
I'm from Cork.
Oh, you're from Cork?
Yeah.
Why the fuck did I think you were from Dublin? What the fuck is that about? What's that stereotype?
Jeez, that's insulting, man. Ouch.
That's crazy. We should do an IRL podcast. We're actually that close, probably.
We actually should, yeah. Next podcast, I'm calling you to this. We'll do an IRL podcast. We'll rent out a studio somewhere.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
You come down to Cork, though.
Wait,
what county are you from?
Limerick.
Oh, you're very close.
Yeah, I'm literally in between Cork and Limerick. I'm on the fucking border. It's insane.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. What was I going to say? I was looking at a podcast in Cork. It was called fucking Republic of Podcasts, where the fuck it was. But they were like fucking charging me, what was it? It was something ridiculous per hour. It was like 300 an hour or something like that for a fucking podcast studio. And I was there dimming and I was going mad. It was like over the summer because I was getting someone on from Young Offenders and I was so excited for this podcast and it fell through because like I couldn't get the guy on. I'm not doing it over Zoom. It's way too important to do over Zoom. Like fuck that shit.
No, you have to do something like that in person.
Exactly. People don't understand. Hey, Jake, when's the podcast out with that guy from the television? I'm like, it'll be soon, okay? Soon. It will be soon. I've been saying that since fucking July.
Never happening.
No, probably not. Like, but I was going mad.
Just say I'm the fella from Young Offenders. I'm from Cork.
Yeah,
I'm yeah, literally.
Just throw
I'm from like fucking 20 minutes from where they're filming, so it's grand.
Are you near to the city or what?
Yeah, I'm basically just outside the city, so it's grand.
Yeah, that would be fucking amazing. I'd love. How the fuck do you have shit internet if you're near the city?
It's Ireland, man.
Ireland. It's Ireland.
It's shocking, man. It's
great.
Ireland.
Yeah,
it's just, man. Like it's been shocking though. Like I've had, I think 4 or 5 streams cancelled because I physically cannot go online because I have no internet. And I'd ring them and they'd be like, oh, yeah, we're working on it. And I'm like, what's the, downtime? And they're like, oh yeah, 6 hours. Like, this is my job, you know, I'm meant to be working here. And then I'm like, okay, I'll go on in the evening, but like, I don't know if you know, but I have a girlfriend as well. You know, I gotta spend time with my girlfriend as well. Flex. You know, I know you don't have stuff like that when Bob comes on.
Yeah. Yeah, we should. I needed to talk about it, like his little breakup and stuff. He said to me after, he's like, I was dreading it. Target asked me like the breakup and like my anxiety, and so I was like, God. It didn't come up in the conversations. We're not going to go there. That's like my motto with shit like that. If we don't go there, if it doesn't naturally go there, I'm not going to talk about it. But going back to that fucking podcast studio, I was going mad in my DMs. Emails. I was emailing this woman. She's lovely, you know. This is company policy, blah blah. And I was like, okay, 300, fair enough. But you know, like, you know, I can bring an audience, blah blah. And he's like, 300, okay, 300, that's fine. So you have to use our equipment. It's like, what? Use your equipment? Why would I use your equipment? Because it has our logo on the microphone, doesn't it? You
Jesus
can
Christ.
fuck
and
off.
You're paying 300 to get them self-promotion.
And you wonder why I hate Irish companies then. You wonder where my frustration comes from. Like, I took it out in the fucking Gamer Store, guys. It was just fucking Republic of Gamers, what the fuck their name is. Man, honestly, Irish companies get a fucking grip in terms of like helping out smaller creators and stuff like that, because in the long, like, people just don't understand the potential of what we do. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, literally. But like, all you could do is rent the place down here, rent a little room. We could bring, you know, a laptop that we could just, you know, have the recording and stuff on. Bring 2 cameras, 2 microphones, go XLR for the microphones, sorted.
Yeah, if
that's all you need. Like,
I'd need an extra mic. Like, I want the same microphones. I just feel like there's something about having the same microphones for everyone that, like, it's just visually more appealing. So I honestly, I think Jamie J. Carr had the Shure MV7, which is the one that Bisto has.
That's the one Bob has. Yeah.
I was looking at them, but I think the Rode podcast are like 120. They're XLR mics as well. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little fucking, it's a microphone. It's like a little chode. Yeah. I was thinking about getting like 4 of those for like 100 quid each. They're, XLR, so they'll go into the fucking like mix amp or the fuck. It'd be easy enough, like cheap. 400 quid for 4 microphones. You get 4 boys down. But it's about, it's a renting a place out, and that's why like I'm trying to push the podcast as much as I can, because I want to get a brand involved that can actually be like, okay, we're going to pay for this. This is your budget, your expenditure. And people, I was saying this on the podcast deal with Gara. I was like, I would love if brands would give me money to make content, because I guarantee I can make better content than most of these people there who are getting paid for this stuff. And I didn't really bring it up, but like when I was thinking back, I was like, wait, what's the name of that? Oh yeah, the fucking podcast. How would I forget about the podcast? I need funding for like a room or like a place to go, and it's fucking shit that I can't drive yet. I don't know why.
Oh shit, can you not drive?
No, it's bad.
Oh
it's
man,
really
get
bad.
On top of it. What are you doing?
I'm doing it now. I should be able to drive by like September probably, so that's great.
What age are you?
19.
You're 19 and you still can't drive. Jay, come on,
I know.
man.
It's bad.
What are you doing?
I blame COVID though, because when I was going to get my COVID or my COVID,
there was
license,
no one on the road during COVID. It'd be grand.
It was hard to get a fucking was it a theory test, something like that, during COVID or something like that. There was like a massive backlog as well afterwards.
All
so
right. Okay.
That was my excuse, but it was just laziness after that. I dropped out of college, so I couldn't get in and out every day. Like, I literally was failing the classes. I couldn't get in and out to the college, so I had to drop out.
God.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not my proudest moment.
How did you find the whole like content creation during COVID?
During COVID, it was great, man, but I had no perception of the outside world whatsoever. Like, I was just.
I don't think anyone did really.
No, it's why
a very weird time.
Like, a lot of people are fucked now, socially, mentally. They don't have a clue what the fuck they're doing half the time.
Yeah, big time.
But when during COVID for me, it was like I was just here every day streaming Fortnite cash cups. I was just like, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? But I wasn't. The biggest problem with me during COVID is I wasn't thinking long term, and I wasn't thinking about what I want to do or what the brand was. I was kind of like, oh, I might get lucky someday. I might get a big raid. I was like, that was literally my fucking goal. Like, I might get raided by Nick A30s on YouTube at the time. But this is great. And it's like, no. So
you can't rely on stuff like that. Like,
you can't rely on anything that's not in your control for content creation. That would probably be my biggest advice.
Big time.
But yeah, no, a podcast should be fucking great. That would be.
Yeah. I
just want to. You see the sign you have in the background? Well, I can do big screen. The sign you have in the background, I want like the JakeMcBoss podcast in the background of my podcast studio, and then once that's like done, my life is complete, and I'll just like grow old happy.
That'd be super good, man. That'd be super cool.
Yeah, I heard you and Bisto were meant to do a podcast, but you never did it.
Yeah. Well, we started a podcast. Kind of like what Gara and Jenny are doing at the moment, like a live podcast on stream.
How are you getting on?
How are you getting on?
Wait until you hear that for the first time tonight. You'll be fucking shitting yourself. How are you getting on? Oh, hi, Jake. How's it go? Fuck. Well, that's abrupt, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, but we started doing like a live podcast between the two channels. It was kind of weird. So we were both live at the same time, but we didn't have like our cameras. So I had my cam on my channel, he had his camera on in his channel, and we were both like in a Discord call talking like that.
That's
and
such a mess.
It was such a mess, man. It was really hard because we'd have our two mods in the different channels, like constantly typing links saying, oh, this is Bob's channel, and if you want to go over and check on him, this is my channel and stuff like that. And it just kind of got way too messy. So we just we didn't even agree to stop it. It just kind of stopped, it just kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the way Gara and Jen have actually stuck to the schedule every week. They've
done it so right, man.
I'm oddly impressed. I'm oddly impressed.
Yeah, but even having like the cameras and stuff like that, the way it's laid out, it looks absolutely unbelievable.
I think the way Gara is doing it is the only way you could do a podcast like that, especially with. I think the reason it's so difficult is because like with smaller content creators, and I'll say small, Gara's small, we're all kind of small in the grand scheme of things. It's difficult because we want to talk to chat as much as we can because like we value every single person that's in this stream, and like if we don't acknowledge them, it's like, oh well, they're gonna leave now, blah. Because that's like when you're growing as a small streamer, that's kind of like how it is. If you don't talk back to them, like they're gonna leave essentially. So that's
something I couldn't do. I couldn't sit in a stream and do a podcast like we were doing and not be able to talk to chat, and like play games, not be able to talk to chat. I revolve my stream around like interaction with the community and stuff like that. I couldn't, like, props to him to be able to do it, man, because I think that's one of the main reasons why the podcast with Bob kind of fizzled out, is because both of us weren't able to talk to chat and stuff like that, and we both had like alerts off, and it was just kind of shitty, while you were live streaming.
I remember I was doing the podcast, I've done like 3 live podcasts, and they were okay, but like the last one, a cotton picking joke slipped out, so kind of got
leave it at that.
Got in a bit of trouble for that one. People were laughing because I call it the cotton picking incident. Like that's like a chapter of my life now. The cotton picking incident. That's now a chapter. So that's how we refer to it, and we just don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it. Yeah.
But the last one I was doing like live podcast was around that time, and it's difficult, like, because I want to talk to chat as much as I can. I remember I did a live podcast. I didn't even I put it on YouTube. It's with Arch himself. I don't know if you know who Arch is. Big ball guy. He does fucking funny. Anyway, he loved that. But I had him on the podcast live, and the whole podcast was based around drama. So he had like 500 average viewers or something like that. And like I was fucking shitting it. Like I was proper like, fuck, man. Like the amount of people are watching me live. If I fuck up live, I've always been like really subconscious with that.
I don't know how like Gara and Jenny do it in terms of like. When I was doing it, I found it so hard to concentrate on about like what I was talking about and stuff like that. And you'd kind of you would just out of normally doing it, like glance over at chat and stuff like that, and you'd see someone like saying something, making conversation or asking questions. I used to always get lost off track and stuff like that in the middle of my sentence and stuff. It was so hard. I like big fucking props to them, man. They're doing so well with it.
They're doing it the only way I think you could do it. For their situation. I really like Jenny. Me and Jenny have been friends for a long, about a year and a half. I think a year ago today we did a podcast as well. So
oh really?
When this podcast comes out, it'll be the same like day, like a year apart, which is crazy.
Oh yeah. When is this coming out?
The Sunday. It'll be the 13th or the 14th.
Yeah.
So let's get off podcast because we've only a short amount of time. We've 2 hours max. Let's move on. What is your schedule like at the moment as a content creator? What are you doing every day? What are you waking up and doing? What's the first thing you do? Because you wake up at 7. You wake up way earlier than me, and I'm kind of envious, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to wake up at 7 in the morning. What's your schedule like at the moment?
Well, usually I kind of set my schedule weekly. I think you're the same as that, do you? You set your schedule weekly as well, yeah. Like I would sit down on like a Sunday evening, or if I'm not doing it on a Sunday evening, it'd probably be a Monday morning if I'm up early and stuff like that. I'd set my schedule. I'd like go about what I'm doing throughout the week in terms of what time I'm starting streaming. I never like putting like an ending to my stream. I never like saying like, oh, I'm streaming from like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. because I feel like it's kind of restricting and stuff like that. If I have to get off, I'll get off. If I want to go on longer, I'll go on longer. But I'll usually on either the Sunday or the Monday set out what I'm doing in terms of like these days I'm streaming. I usually stream morning, so it'll probably be around 10 a.m. start. And I usually take about an hour either before or after a stream to edit as well. Whether it's TikTok, whether it's taking some time to edit some YouTube videos that I planned as well.
Do you go straight into editing after you stop streaming?
I try to, because I mean, yeah, it's tough, man. But I think it's the only time I really can, because I'm lucky in terms of like I'm doing this as a job that I can kind of work my schedule around, like meeting up with my girlfriend and going to the gym and going training. Because I used to play 2 sports. I'm after taking a year out of soccer. I play Gaelic football as well.
Yeah.
So like I'm training like 3 nights a week with Gaelic football. I'm going to the gym the other night. Like I'm very active.
You look very active. You look very fit. You the jaw. You're like the Irish Nate Hill. That's what I said to someone before. That's the Irish Nate Hill. Literally.
That's it, boy. I need to be out and doing stuff. Like I can't like during the lockdown I was in a fucking bad way, because like as much as I love playing games, as much as Prime Warzone during lockdown, it was nothing better than it, like. But I need to be out and do, like, I was running fucking 10Ks during lockdown, man. And I'm a goalkeeper, man. I don't like running.
Yeah.
You know?
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3".
Oh, you tall cunt. That's all.
I always take the piss out of Bob for it, man.
Yeah, he's definitely like 5'8" or something.
He's 4'6" or something like that, I think.
That's not great.
No, he's like 5. He's 5'6", I think. 5'7".
5'7", man. Gara's a small person.
Bob's definitely smaller than Bob's definitely smaller than Gara.
You'd be shocked. You'd be shocked. No, I met Gara two years ago. Literally 2 years ago. The cunt is so small. Someone said the other day, Jake, if there was like an Irish boxing thing, would you fight Gara? I was like, that would basically be child abuse. Like, are you fucking joking me? Like, the guy's fucking literally. He's 5'5". He's 5'5". It was like
Bob's
talking to a toddler.
The same, man. Yeah, I think Bob's probably the same. That's mad.
They should do a fucking podcast.
They should box. They should box. Man, I'd pay to see that.
I actually would as well, yeah.
I'd pay the venue. 100%.
That'd be amazing. Who would Jen fight then in that situation? I'd say Jen would. If you fought Jen, you'd die.
Oh, no, I'm not fighting Jen. Fuck that.
Do you reckon you'd die? You'd die to Jen?
I probably would, man. Yeah. I'm too nice. I can't fight anyone, man. I'll be the commentator or the ref, either or.
Yeah, Jen grew up in the mean streets of Arklow in Wexford or Wicklow, the fuck it is. Yeah, he's been to prison twice. You don't fuck with a guy who's been to prison twice.
You don't.
Because after the first time, think they'll learn. No, straight back in. Doesn't give a fuck. What's your motivation then for waking up every fucking morning at 7 o'clock? Why a morning stream? Why have you started doing that?
More because like it's very easy in terms of my schedule to be able to see the girlfriend in the evening, and you know, I'd either like collect her from work or collect her from college or something like that, and spend some time, go to fucking some shopping centre, go to town, chill out, watch a movie or something like that.
So you feel more productive waking up early and doing all that shit during the day? Yeah,
but like mainly more is that, you know, I've been there in a full-time job life. You know, I went from secondary school into a full-time job that I fucking didn't like. I despised it.
Where were you working?
And I was working as a calibration engineer.
What the fuck?
So, do you know, okay, let me explain this here. Okay, everyone says the exact same thing, but basically, easiest way to say it is, you know what a weighing scale is?
Yeah.
I fixed weighing scales is basically what I did.
That's crazy. People do that.
Not like the weighing scales that you would think about, like, you know, you're standing on a weighing scales at home. More like pharmaceutical weighing scales, and like, you know, farm fucking plant weighing scales and stuff like that.
Do you know what that reminds me of? You know in Willy Wonka, when your man gets thrown out of his job because he was like making little caps for
replacing with the robot, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, but like I was working, I went in there straight away after secondary school, so I think I got like 3 weeks of summer, and I had no plan in going to college, man. I was the worst student. I was so bad. My mom used to fucking hound me for studying and stuff like that. I just couldn't do it, man.
Were you more creative or were you more athletic in school?
Both. Both. Like I did like art, I did, you know, construction, woodwork, all this stuff. Like if you gave me a sheet of paper with like 14 lines on it and said learn that off by 3 weeks time, I'd pick it up and put it back down. I wouldn't even look at it. If you told me build a fucking house in 3 weeks time, I had the thing done in 2 days. Like, You know,
Yeah.
I'm very hands-on and stuff like that. I can't sit down and study for the life of me. It's just not built into me. I don't know why.
I was the same, and I blamed everyone else when in actual fact just me. I just couldn't be arsed doing it. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like all I wanted to do was like I was going into school, and I was like, fuck, I'd love to. Like I have a game of ball later, I have a match later. Can't wait for that match later. After that match, I'm gonna play some fucking COD or some shit like that. You know, that's all that I was fucking in my mind.
Were you a troublemaker at all?
No, I was very quiet.
That's where we're different, because I was more the comedian. Yeah. Well, not well, yeah, I was a comedian. I was
more like
I was a cunt, basically.
Yeah,
I was like, I was the type of guy, if I got angry at teachers, your car's getting egged, and I just don't care the repercussions. Like I'd fully pull the fire alarm because I felt like, you know, I'll be funny.
Really?
In like first year, second year, I pulled the fire alarm with the boys.
I was one of those kids in school where I was sitting down the back. Like, fun fact for you. In my construction class, I had a construction teacher from, you know, the same teacher from first to sixth year for 6 years in school. I went to, I don't know if they had this in your school, but for like parent-teacher meetings, we had parent-pupil teacher meetings. So I had to go with one of my parents to the teacher meetings.
Yeah, we had that for like fifth year and sixth year.
Yeah, we had that for the whole year. Okay. In my sixth year parent-pupil teacher meeting, I went there. And I sat down on my construction teacher, his little fucking desk, you know. I sat down and he was like, "You're not in my class." I was like, "Sir, I've been in your class for 6 years." That man didn't know I was in his class because I was so quiet in school, man.
There's going to be so many people who listen to this podcast, but like, that happened to me as well. I guarantee that's happened to people listening to this. Like,
no word of a lie. I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Sir, I literally sit down, you know, the middle row, down the left-hand side." He was like, "No, you're not in my class." He had to take my, you know, the little sheet that they gave you with all the teachers on. He was like, "Oh shit, yeah, first name up there, Barry. Yeah, that's the one." Yeah. Fucking hell.
You look like a tech graph teacher, though. If you were to be a teacher of anything, you look like a tech graph teacher.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. You looked like my tech graph teacher. Funny story with my tech graph teacher. So he does woodwork as well, and he was in the back of the woodwork class, and he chopped his finger off, as you do.
As you do, yeah.
Clean off, fingers gone. So he was out for like a week or two, and sure, you know me, thinking I'm fucking hilarious. A box of, you know, Cadbury's fingers outside the front door. The finger was never recovered. Like he kept it in a jar, probably, like next to his like wardrobe. Like when he gets to shag it, like
that's when his claim to fame. Like
it's like when Jews put a foreskin to like a glass of water and they keep it on their bedstand. That's basically what it was. But no, a box of fingers. I got in so much trouble. I remember absolutely. It was so worth it. Though.
Do you have any like crazy? Well, obviously that's a crazy story from a teacher. But have you any crazy stories where you were involved with the teacher?
My teacher was so close to hitting me, it was actually fucking absurd. My woodwork teacher, I hope he's watching it. He used to watch my videos, and that's probably why we had a little bit of attention. Back when I was doing fucking FIFA pack openings in fucking first year. But no, he was like, my granddad was like a woodwork, not a woodwork teacher, but he would have been in carpentry, so he was like he was good at this. Like I went to him for advice and shit. And my granddad basically taught me a way to do, I don't know what it was. He taught me how to do something anyway, and then I went into the class and like, well, no, this is how you do. This is how you do. And I started getting cheeky. I was like, well, my granddad does this, blah blah. And the teacher fucking snapped. This is not. He got the piece of wood that I was working on. I've been working this wood for like 3 weeks, literally. I was like a fucking stripper working on the wood for 3 weeks. He catches the thing, smacks at the table. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? And I goes, and I say his first name, and he's like, "That's it." And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna get fucking slapped up in a second." And nothing ever happened like that. But he had a fucking vengeance for me then for like 3 years.
Yeah, he's just one of those teachers that holds a grudge type of thing.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I'm gonna say it.
His wife worked in the school as well, and she was the gymnastics teacher. So you know he'd get a bit.
Gymnastics teacher? What type of school did you go to?
I said gymnastics because that's what she was famous for.
Oh my god! Sorry. I was going to say, what school does gymnastics?
That's all getting cut out. There's no way I'm keeping that in the podcast.
Oh, you have to put that in, man.
Oh no, that's criminal. No, but she was up to duff every 3 years in school, like, and you'd wonder why. Man, he was a woodwork teacher full of wood. Sorry. Yeah, we'll see if that makes it. But no, he was. Yeah, no, there was a thing in our school called BCCs, behavior control cards, where basically you have to bring around all different teachers, and they basically judge you in your punctuality, your homework, and your class behavior. And if you got 5 strikes during the week, fucking very easy to do. Like, you'd have to be fucking perfect not to get the 5 strikes. Like, it was insane. And basically, that was like the thing in our school. Like, if you got one of them, oh, you're a bad kid. Like, you're fucking ooh. And I remember he was our year head I would have been in 3rd year, and he had the most satisfactory like look on his face when he handed me that fucking card.
Yeah.
There you go. And he's like, I was like, I'm gonna fucking punch this cunt in a second. I don't care if he's 6'4". I'll reach up and get him. Like, oh man, I have war with some of the teachers. In 5th and 6th year, I was fine though. But 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, I was an absolute dickhead. Like, and I will not. That was my claim to fame. It's probably why I'm a fucking like. I try and be funny, like, because
probably
I hated school.
Proper class clown, like.
The fucked up thing though about me being a class clown is I'd end up laughing at my own stuff. Like, I do it for my own amusement. I do for my own amusement. I wouldn't like. It's not even.
You were
like,
one of those kids, that you were the only person laughing at your own joke. Like no one else was laughing with you.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get tested for autism or something like at the time, like because I was fully just like coming out with the most. I was just there like, oh, that would be so funny, and I'd say in my head, and I'd start laughing. The teacher would be like, "What are you laughing at?" Sorry, I'm just thinking of something perverted. Honestly, school was fun, but I could never get up early, so I was always late to school as well.
Yeah. I'm
making myself out like an absolute fucking devil child. It wasn't all bad. It was weird though. Like when I was like doing sports and stuff, I was like really sporting like 2nd year and beginning 3rd year, and I stopped because the junior started for some reason. I stopped playing football and stuff. And when I was like really happy, I was playing sports all the time. I was out with the boys and shit. Like I was fucking flying. I was doing okay.
That's what I thrived in, man. That's what I thrived in. I loved fucking PE and all that shit. Like that's what I loved big time.
Yeah. I feel like when you're happy mentally and physically, like you're just a way better version of yourself. And that's what
big time.
I think it's a big thing for people to work on, especially after lockdown, because people like let themselves go a little bit. Like
obviously, I wasn't working in the job that I was doing at the time because of COVID and stuff like that. So I was just at home and I was playing a bunch of games and stuff like that. And I always knew about streaming. I always kind of threw up a stream here and there. Never really took it seriously, never had like a schedule, never, I was getting one person in the stream and stuff like that, and I really just kind of started up the stream and just threw it up every time I was playing games, and it slowly just started to build up and stuff like that, and here I am now saying that I'm a full-time streamer, like, so
you're not working right now at the moment, you're just fully a full-time streamer.
Yeah, full-time streamer, slowly trying to make a content creator as well.
Yeah, that's a big thing. Going from a streamer to a content creator is very... I'd say it's difficult for a lot of people. Even I know Gara struggles with it as well. Like,
yeah, very hard. It's just it's more hard trying to keep on top of everything.
Yeah,
trying to keep that schedule, trying to keep making TikToks, making YouTube videos, keeping other people happy, trying to get collabs, getting all different stuff like that. It's so hard, man. It's so hard.
Actually, I want to ask you: did you play Gaelic football or anything like that? Like, did you want to go professional in that, or did you want to like make that like your thing, like because it's hard to describe this question, but it's like before I was a content creator, like I wanted to be a footballer, like that was my thing. But like, did you ever want to be like, oh, I want to be like a professional, like I want to be a sports person, like that's where I want to go?
Yeah, well, like I was playing soccer and Gaelic football up until like last year, not even last year, like. A couple of months ago, I only just stopped playing soccer just because I'm focusing on Gaelic football at the moment, because I don't have time to play two sports at the moment, because I'm just so fucking busy right now. But like, like during my leaving start, like I was more focused on Gaelic football. Like I was playing 2-3 matches at the weekend, training every night, like, because I was playing soccer as well at the same time. I was playing pretty high level as well, like in terms of soccer. I was playing Premier League is what it was called. It's not the actual Premier League. You know what I mean? Munster Premier League and stuff like that. Like, but I genuinely, when I was younger, like 4th, 5th year, I was like, I'm going to be a professional footballer and stuff like this. Like, but that kind of faded away when someone told me, most people get scouted at the age of 13 to 14 type of thing. I'm like, wait, I'm 16. This isn't working out for me right now.
I know a guy, he watches the podcast, name is Studs. I don't know if you know Studs. He's trying to get a scholarship to go over to the MLS, because in the MLS it's weird. Like you could be like 18, 19, 20 and get scouted for the MLS, and then have a like be there for like 2-3 years, then get scouted with me like go to the Bundesliga or something like that. It's a weird route, but it
works though.
It works. Yeah,
man. The standard over in the US for that type of stuff is weird, man.
I think what it is mentality more than anything else. Not like ability.
I know a lot of people from where I'm from have gone over to them like college football, college like soccer and stuff like that, and got scholarships and stuff, and they're like in probably the highest rank in college soccer that would move on, that would be scouted into the MLS then. Yeah. And they're like, man, it's like fucking junior. It's like junior football. Like they said the standard is horrendous over there.
I think because there's so many sports, and like obviously football isn't the main thing over there. obviously, and NFL be the main thing in basketball. So it's like a process of elimination. It kind of just filters down. It's like so you've insane athletes, unbelievable athletes, and then it just gets filtered down again. Then tennis, football. It's like you just get like not the worst, but I think once you get to that point, it's all mentality. I feel like if someone came from like Ireland or the UK and went over to the MLS, like, oh, we're leaving the country. This is like, it's a big thing mentally. Like, so I feel like if you're mentally prepared to go to like literally another continent, you're gonna be better like driven to actually succeed in that. If you get me.
Oh, you would be 100%, especially if you get like a scholarship or something like that. You'd be more like, I want to make this happen. Like, And I feel like if you have that mindset though, if you have the type of thing where this is what I want to do, it's gonna fucking happen for me. I feel like there's more of a thing that it will happen then,
Yeah.
I definitely feel like I have that for what I'm doing at the moment in terms of like Twitch streaming and content creation. Like I am very like, I want this to happen. This is I've never really had like growing up in fourth and fifth year and sixth year. I was never like, I was asking my friends like, oh, what are you doing in college? They all had a plan. Every single person I talked to had a plan. I never had a plan. I never had that. Like, I don't know what I would want to do in college. I was going through all these different college courses. Like, none of them appealed to me, bar probably, I don't know, PE teaching. And that was what, like fucking 600 points at the time. No, you look like getting 600 points.
You look like a PE teacher, actually.
It would actually just coming out of lockdown, I done my like first course PE teaching while streaming and stuff like that. Not a lot of people know that, actually. I took a year doing that too. But dude, I done like primary school PE teaching, so little kids, man. Oh no, they're little. Yeah,
that's getting clipped.
Oh, dude, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
That's awful. Yeah, no. Yeah, it was him.
You know what I mean, though. You know what I mean.
Do I?
Oh, you
Sorry.
Definitely know what I mean.
No, I know what you mean.
But yeah, man. I just know for a fact that I'm after finding something that, I'm so driven for. I genuinely love this, that I want to make it work. And
you found your calling in life.
I found basically. I'm not going to stop until I make it work, if you know what I mean.
That's the mentality that we have, and that's kind of what I was trying to say, like, on the podcast with Gara. I keep referencing it. I'm so sorry for people listening. Probably get pissed off. But it's like, when I went on to Gara's podcast, I was talking about, like, the reason a lot of people don't succeed is they have the wrong mentality, and they just think they think they're entitled to be a content creator because they have a fucking nice setup or something like that. And it's like, the mentality to be a content creator is every single day. And this is like, man, when I was like third, fourth year, when I really wanted to be like a content creator, like that's when I started. I was like, oh, this shit is easy. Like, I was home there 4 o'clock every day, recording videos there, have it up there the next day, like shit. And it's like, you have to, I feel like you have to learn as well over time what's good, what's bad. And it takes time. But people think they're going to instantly succeed in this business and instantly going to be the best. When it's actually fact, you have to treat it like a fucking job, 9 to 5. Honestly, sometimes, especially to start, if you want to make it a profession. I think like the word job is kind of like, oh, 9 to 5 job. It's not fun, but it's like, it is really, really fun. But you have to take it really seriously to actually get to where you want to get to. And that's the mentality a lot of people don't have. And it's what you have. I know Gara has. I know a few other people have it. Like, Bob has it as well a little bit, even though he's a bit of a lazy cunt. You know what I mean? I couldn't say that with conviction with my chest. I was like, yeah, Bob's out there.
I saw you thinking about saying. I was like, will I say it? Will I?
Fucking hell, poor Bob.
The thing is with this, like, if you're going to succeed, you need to be self-driven. You need to have that thing where I'm going to get up every morning and I'm going to get this done. I'm going to get this done. I'm going to start my stream. I'm going to have this done in the stream. You need to be self-driven. You can't just be like, oh, I'll just wait. I'll sleep in there now and I'll wake up. I'll start up a stream, play a couple of games. Whoever comes into the stream comes into the stream. Whoever watches my videos watches my videos. Not really care about it. Like, I would say it's more than a 9 to 5 job. Like, this is like constant. You don't really have time off in this type of industry.
I think as well, like, I don't know if you got the same feeling, but like, when I started taking content seriously, I'd say it would have been this time last year when I started like learning content, like how to do it and stuff. And I was unemployed at the time. Like, it was my first year out of school. It was like a gap year. And I was like, should I get a job? I probably should get a job, shouldn't I? Like, because I feel like I'm doing nothing. Like, if I'm not making money, I'm doing nothing. I'm just wasting time. But
I'm very bad for that.
It's just a mentality thing that brings me down all the time. It's like, if I'm not making enough money, or if I'm not making like a living of this, if it's not working now, I'm not seeing enough growth now, And one thing that I say to that is it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of... I use this Roy Keane quote all the time. You have to master your trade. You have to learn your trade. That's like, I use it all the time, but it's so true for content. Like,
it's so true, yeah.
If you want to learn how to be a content creator, you have to learn every aspect. Learn from the best. Like I said, Mr. Beast is the best. Learn from him. Take as much as you can from him. He's such a... He's literally just like, it's so evident that he's the best. Look at what he's doing. Try and replicate it or try and do something similar with your own twist. Like, it's not fucking rocket science. It takes that time, but it's not rocket science. Find
out what your niche is. Exactly what you said a couple of minutes ago. Like, you need to just, you know, try everything. There's no point in trying like one thing. Like, I remember when I first started streaming, I stuck to Warzone. I stuck to COD. And yeah, I got to where I am at the moment. You know, I started off with it and it got me very far in terms of like people coming into my stream and stuff like that, people finding out who I am. But like, there's only a certain amount that you can do with that type of thing. And I noticed, me personally, I wasn't enjoying it towards the end, when I stopped it. Like, me personally, I have to be enjoying it to keep going, you know? I'm very, very much a person, like, if I'm not enjoying it, if I'm not enjoying a game that I'm playing, I'm not going to do it. Like, I have a really bad, like, you know, grinds my fucking gears when someone comes in and is like, why don't you play this game? Why aren't you playing COD? You know, because I don't want to play it. I don't have to play it. Just because you want to see me play it doesn't mean I have to play it, type of thing, you know?
Yeah, you're more into Apex now. Did you see much of a drop off when you go from COD to Apex? What was that like?
Kind of. Like, obviously you're going to have the initial kind of, you know, I think I'm at around 30 to 40 average viewers when I switched over. Obviously went down to about 30, 29-ish type of thing. But I'm very lucky to say that I have a very like close community in my stream. Like every morning in the Discord channel, I have like fucking 15 to 20 people. Everyone saying good morning, talking to each other. Like, I could go a week without saying a thing in the Discord channel, and still constantly it'll be ping, 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 ping. Everyone just having conversations amongst themselves. Yeah. I don't know what I did to deserve that shit. Like, such a close community, it's absolutely insane. Like,
you're a really nice guy. You're really fucking open. I try to give people credit because they don't give themselves enough credit. You know, I was saying to Bob last week.
I don't like compliments.
Honestly, like, you're a fucking nice guy. You come into the stream and the first thing you hear is like, "Oh, how's your day going?" I went in last night or the night I dropped my Prime sub. I was like, "Oh, you know, it'd be nice." I just saw a little thing. I was like, "Oh, fuck it, it's free." And I was like, you're just talking to someone. You're like, "Oh," and you call them by their first name. "Oh, did you do this? Where the fuck?" And I was like, "That's fucking." Just a little attention to detail. I think as a streamer, like, you'd know better than me, but a little attention to detail like that, like knowing about someone's personal life, knowing about like what the community's like going through, what's the general vibe of the people who watch your stuff, what are they going through, what sort of hardships they have, and how can you relate to that in a certain way. I think that's really, really important as a streamer. Yeah,
big time. But like, I kind of base it on more like what I would like to see out of a streamer. You know, I don't want to go into someone's stream and they're just fucking sitting there playing a game. They're barely fucking talking. Someone says hi in chat. They're like, all right, what's going on? You know, I want to go into someone's stream and they're instantly interactive with me. You know, there's people in the chat saying hi to me and stuff like that. I very much revolve the stream around that and building relationships with people and stuff. You know what I mean? Because like, at the end of the day, like, I'm spending every day of my life with them. Like, I would say they're not just fucking viewers. Like, they're my fucking friends at the same time. Like, you know, I don't know if that sounds fucking sad or whatever, but they actually fucking are. Like, I have people that come into the stream the past fucking year have, you know, they do, you know, exclamation point followage, you know, they'd see how long they've been following. It says a year and 5 months or whatever the fuck, and they'd be like, fucking hell, it's been a year already. Like, and like, I know so much about those people, you know, that they're more than just a fucking viewer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. It's hard for me to relate it, like, to, because obviously what you're doing now is like, I think averaging 40, 50 people having a decent community like is obviously way better than what I've had on Twitch personally. But when I was streaming on YouTube, I had that as well. Like, I had like my decent like mods, like 4 or 5 mods every single day. Like, when I was streaming in the morning, I don't know what it is with the morning streams, bro. Like, it there's something to it. Like, I don't know if it's because you get more of a mature audience in the morning. I think that might be a part of it. But when I was streaming in the morning, I had like older people coming in and they'd be like, you know, how are you doing, blah blah, and like, you know, like, it was really calm and chill. Whereas now when I stream, it's kind of like, and it's kind of something I'm trying to work on, is like, when I stream now, it's kind of like, oh, hi guys, you know, it's me, Jake, because I don't stream every day. It's like once every week. It's like, you know, remember me? Like, I'm here, and it's not like very direct and very personal, because like, I don't stream every day and I don't stream all the time, so it's like, yeah, it's difficult for me, and I'm trying to learn from you, from Bob, from Gara, from like the people who are doing it really well at the moment. I think the streaming part of my content creation arsenal is is lacking like fuck. It's really bad.
It just takes time. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
It just takes time. But yeah, you like you were saying, like streaming in the morning. Like I have a good chunk of like my community that come into the stream that are, you know, working at the same time as well. Like they could be working from home, they could, you know, be working at a desk in their office or something like that, and they just have the stream up on tab. And like I never really thought, it's insane, man. I never really kind of took notice of it or even thought about it until literally like 2 days ago, when someone put in a picture into the Discord of them sitting at home on their couch, and I was up on the TV behind like them at their workstation, and they were like, oh, favorite part of the day. And that really like opened my eyes up to it, like that people are actually sitting back and watching the streams while doing something else, and when they say exclamation point lurk, you know, they actually are lurking. It's just absolutely it blows my mind, man. It's addictive. It's insane. Like
it's a really special thing when I know from the podcast experience, like people will go home and they'll be like, oh, Jake, see what I do a podcast, when I see a new podcast being uploaded, like, oh, I'm gonna watch that tonight. I'm gonna watch that now at like 8 o'clock tonight, like, and that's like my little time, like 8 until 10, 8 until 11. I'm gonna watch it then, and it's so fucking satisfying seeing someone like at home and their entertainment for the day. It's just me fucking talking to someone, having a general chat. People be watching this at the moment at home on their fucking television in the fucking living room, just vibing, like absolutely vibing. A couple of beers. Insane. That's honestly one of the best feelings from doing a podcast, doing long form content, is someone just sitting back, not a fucking care in the world, and all they're focusing on is the conversation you're having with me and I'm having with you. That's a special thing. Like,
it blows my mind, man. It absolutely blows my mind. It's insane.
It's people are. I think people are surprising. I think in terms of like you don't really understand like the effect you have on someone and what they take from you and what they take, like little things from you, they add into their life or their personality. They take traits from listening to you, listening to me. They'll take into their own life. People are really surprising in that sense. Like you'll talk to someone for like a year and they'll just come up with something random, like, oh, I remember that time and that stream. I'm like, that's fucking amazing that you even remember that. Like, really that's special thing
imprinted in their mind. Like, you know, like I've had a couple, like 2 or 3 people actually personally DM me, like on Twitter and on Discord, say like, just wanted to let you know, like I had a really tough time throughout like lockdown and stuff like that, and you really helped. And that shit is like, I can't explain the feeling when I see something like that. You can't explain it. It's absolutely incredible, man. You know,
what was your first experience streaming, and what was like your equipment? What was like the general, where were you in your life when you started streaming?
Well, started streaming like in terms of taking it seriously, or started streaming literally? Yeah, taking it seriously. I was in this room. This is exactly where I was. No, but it was kind of the first couple of weeks into lockdown is when I started, you know, oh wait, I've like 2 or 3 people coming into the stream here, and they were talking to me. They were like, oh, when's the next stream? Can't wait for the next stream. They were talking to me while I was playing a game. You know, I couldn't understand it. You know, I was only watching, you know, Nick Marks, Tim the Tap Man, watching these big streamers where the chat is fucking going miles a minute, you know? And I think it started to get to the point where I had like 4 or 5 people in the stream, and they all started to kind of have a conversation between themselves. And, you know, if I was like in a gunfight or something in Warzone or something, like, they'd be talking to themselves. They wouldn't just rely on me talking to them.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where they started bringing other people in. They started bringing their friends in and stuff like that. They're like, hey, I watch this guy on Twitch. You should come over. And they would come in. And like, I had a tiny little desk. I was streaming off. Funny thing, I was streaming off a shitty PC. I still have the PC down here. It's on the other side of my desk, but it was a shitty PC. I couldn't even play Minecraft on it, man. It's that bad. Like, I was playing from PS4, and at the time, I was trying to learn mouse and keyboard. So I had a mouse and a keyboard plugged into my PS4, trying to play mouse and keyboard on it. And
did you have an Elgato at the time for that?
I did have an Elgato at the time.
Was it the older model or the newest one?
Old model.
So did you have the fucking little delay as well? Did you have the delay?
Little delay, yeah.
That fucking killed me for years. And I was like, why the fuck is there a delay?
Think about that delay as well, but I had my mouse and keyboard plugged into my PS4, and that has a delay too. So I was like trying to snipe with a fucking delay on my mouse and keyboard, man. Oh my god, it was so annoying. So annoying.
Yeah, people will never understand that struggle ever again.
Never.
Like the Elgatos are just like gone so good now. It's fucking it's impeccable. Like, but
you still using Elgato and stuff like that?
No, I don't even fucking play games at the moment. Like honestly, I don't think I've streamed a game in about a year actually since like Fortnite. Yeah. But if I do, it's like all through the PC. Like, get me? So
I did get the Elgato. What is the HG60, the one that's built into the PC and stuff like that.
Yeah, 4K Pro, I think.
That I got that and have it installed, but I've never really used it because I have a PC that I can actually play games now and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just sitting in my PC. It's kind of pointless. I kind of hate the fact that I can see it there because I have like a glass panel on my PC. I can just see it, and it's just like, oh, I should be using it, but I'm just not. Like,
yeah. When did you get the sign in the background? How far into streaming, and what was the scenario behind getting It's Rusher in the background? How did it happen?
I was I'd say about three months into streaming, taking it like a bit more seriously. Obviously, like, it wasn't my job at the time. It wasn't my full time. I was still in lockdown. I was technically unemployed. You know, I was still employed by my previous job, but I wasn't able to work because of lockdown and stuff like that. But I was taking streaming a bit more seriously, and I had a very, very, very generous like mod team and community in the stream that was like AO and Glass. They come into the stream regularly. They're still fucking coming into the stream and being so fucking generous, being so nice and saying fucking, you know, welcome into the stream to people that are still coming in now to the day. It's absolutely insane. But I think I can't even remember what it was for. I think it was like fucking either 6 months streaming or fucking I think it was my birthday or so. I can't remember what it was for, but a package just arrived at my door, like a big fuck off like package thing. It was heavy, like it was the size of the thing behind me.
Yeah.
And I opened it up and it was a big neon sign that said my name, the one behind me, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't order it, like. And apparently both Glat and AO, my mods, sent it to me. They both put money together and paid for it and got it sent to They're both from the US as well, so they got it sent. They went and looked through what the best company was. I think it was in the UK. They got it at the time.
Yeah.
And got it sent to me. It was absolutely insane. And they both said nothing about it. The fucking bastards. They literally said nothing. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like,
that's what I'm saying though. And I mean, like, people are so surprising because it's like shit like that. Like, they were thinking about that for like probably a month. Yeah. We're gonna do this for Russia, we're gonna do that. We're gonna I find that amazing about people that they think about you know in their spare time. Just like, it just blows my mind.
Yeah. I would never have thought anything like that could ever happen. I'm so grateful in terms of the amount of stuff that like people like, they're so generous, like, because if you come into the streams regularly and stuff like that, you know, like, as well, I am doing like streaming is basically my only income at the moment, you know.
Yeah.
And I am streaming full time, and you know, obviously you need to pay bills and you need to fucking, you know, I have a car to pay for and stuff like that. But mainly I do try and integrate everything as much as I can that I earn through Twitch. I try to put it back into the channel. I try to put it back into making content and stuff like that. Like, I'm so grateful to be able to say, like, I got this PC paid for through fucking Twitch. I got the camera. I got like a new monitor, a new mouse and keyboard, like a fucking Go XLR, the microphone, everything, man. Like, I try to put everything that I earn back into it because it's just unfair if I just fucking, you know, I feel that it's just fucking stealing people's money if you're taking it and using it for yourself. Like, literally. I'm not gonna take people's money and go off and I'm gonna go out to Dubai. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on a 4-month trip down to Dubai. I'm gonna go out there and have a great life. No, like, I just fucking, it's stingy. Like, I hate it. I hate any of that type of shit, you know.
And he doesn't mean Dubai in the country, means Dubai down by y'all. You
know, down the fucking Dubai from Cork, is it? You fucker.
What was I gonna fucking say there? Yeah, no, people are amazing. People are just fucking amazing.
Incredible, man.
What's your living situation like at the moment then? Because you say, like, I want people to have like a good understanding of where you are in your life and what you're doing at the moment. Where are you living now? In terms of, like, are you living with your parents? Like, are you moved out on your own? Like, what's the story?
I'm living from home with my parents at the moment, and I'm lucky enough that at the time, just before COVID, like, my parents got like a bit of an extension to the house, so I managed to get my own kind of room here. It's very small, like, it's literally like I can put both my arms like this the other direction, I could touch both walls, and like the door is literally like 4 steps that direction.
That's
it's just
all
like
you
a
need.
tiny little room. It's all I need, man. It's just like a tiny little room, and you know, it's on the opposite side of the house because my mom works from home as well.
Same.
So she's like on the opposite side of the house, so I can scream as much as I want over here, and she won't be able to hear me, so it's grand. And I try to put as much stuff as I can in the room to kind of, you know, condense the sound as much as I can, because like I scream a fucking lot. I scream too much, you know. But yeah, I'm living at home at the moment, but you know, I do have a girlfriend and stuff like that, and she's in her final year of college, and she's looking to go out and to get a job, and we're still saving at the same time, you know, like 2-3 years down the line. I would love to be out in an apartment somewhere and have like, you know, a proper like office set up where I have a proper room with like what I would love, like as much as I love my background at the moment, I'd love to have more like depth in the background.
And you want like the blur and shit in the background,
yeah, big time.
So what's it? So do your parents like support you being like a streamer? Like, what's that relationship like?
Big time. Yeah, like like my mom was telling me to make YouTube videos when I was in fucking 4th year and 5th year.
Fuck off! That's insane.
Yeah, big time. She's like seriously supportive in it. It's actually, I'm so grateful for it, man. It's not even funny. Like she would see like how fucking uninterested I would be in school, and all I would do when I come home from school is just fucking watch YouTube videos, man. I'd be there, I'd be watching fucking Sidemen, I'd be watching all these people, and you know, fucking Syndicate. Syndicate is a big inspiration for me personally, because I've been watching him since I've been subscribed to him since like fucking 75k, man. You know, and she's constantly like seeing me sit down at the couch or something like that and watching these videos, and she's like, why don't you do it? I'm like, Mom, I can't do that shit, you know. I can't make YouTube videos like they make YouTube videos. She's like, why not just go out and do it?
I can imagine that. Why don't you do it? Why do it in
Cork
accent?
Literally. Yeah, why don't you do it?
That's great. No, but like having like someone who's fucking supportive of your grind, that will like, that's crazy. Because not to like shit in my own mother, like not literally, but like not like to shit in my mother.
Oh,
like,
bro, I mean, hello, what?
But you can shit in her if you want. I'm kinky.
I mean, I'm good, bro.
But no, my parents don't. I wouldn't say they don't support it because they know what I do and stuff. But like even like 20 minutes ago, the mother tried to walk in at the door locked. I'm like, I'm recording a podcast, you know, like, you know. So it's like just stuff like that.
Is it more of a case where they don't understand it rather than they don't support it?
They don't understand content creation and where it can lead to. And I thought when Jacksepticeye went on to the Late Late Show, this is it. They're gonna finally understand what my life is. They're gonna understand. Like, no, it's just like watch Graham Norton instead. This is a bit boring. The one fucking time. But no, it's what you said there, having support. It's either you have it or you don't, and I think being able to learn to live, because I know a lot of people who do content creation, they have no support at home. They have no one who like knows what they do and understand what they want to achieve, and it's very discouraging for them. And especially younger creators who are trying to like do well in school. In Ireland, I don't know what it is about Ireland, but like it's just you have to do well in school, go on to college, do well in school, you know. And it's like if you're creative like us, or if you want to be a content creator like us, like it's not fucking like, it's hard to like even win over your parents.
If you're doing this in school, man, people in school are going to take the fucking piss out you, man. You know, like you're making YouTube videos, what the fuck, man, you know. But like I think as you grow older, you realize, who the fuck cares, man? Like, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks of me. You know, you could finish his podcast, you could, Jesus Christ, he's some sausage.
What a fucking bellend.
Literally. But
he's wearing his headphones thinking he's class.
I'm still gonna finish the stream. I'm still gonna go about my fucking day. I'm gonna go editing videos. I'm gonna fucking make content that I enjoy. That doesn't bother me, you know? I think you need to have that mentality if you're doing stuff like this.
You've been watching content since you were like really young then, like...
Oh, yeah.
How old are you now? Like 22, 3?
23, yeah.
Oh, see? Fucking research, you know? But yeah, no, I feel like if you can get into content early, like Mr. Beast, like in the podcast with Joe Rogan, he was like, I've been doing so, like I've been watching and consuming content trying to make it like since I was 13. I'm like, fuck. Yeah. And Joe's like, you're 23 and you have all this, but yeah, you've been doing it for 10 years. Like, if you're doing something for 10 years, and that was like blowing Joe Rogan's mind. He was like, you're 23 and you're this successful, but yeah, you've been doing it for 10 years. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, it's normal for him.
Yeah, I've been doing it since I was like 13 as well. Like, but it was granted it was shite. But I admire that podcast so much because he's 23 now, yeah, and like I'm 19. In the next 4 years,
the same age as me, bro.
Yeah. What a fucking letdown.
Fucker. Jesus Christ, I look bad now. Fuck.
Yeah. You could pass yourself off as like 20. Actually, I don't think you could.
Nice one, bro.
Yeah, no.
Jesus.
You look older than the Gara show. If you had a beard, you look older than the Gara show, I feel like.
Do you think? Yeah.
Yeah. You look around the same age. I would have put like 25 on you, actually.
Really?
Yeah, 25,
I think it's
26.
the height. I think it's the height.
And
I have
the
a bit of a baby
jawline,
face.
you know? And the
I can't grow
nose ring.
facial hair for the life of me, though.
Yeah.
I can't grow facial hair for the life of me, so it's
Me
hard.
neither. Do you ever get like when you shave and it just fucking itches like mad for like half an hour?
So annoying.
Yeah.
So annoying.
No, it's not fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in terms of like getting support from people around you, how's your girlfriend take about like content and you pursuing that as your job and stuff? Does she understand it as well?
Obviously, at the like when I was first like getting into it, like she was like, oh, he's just fucking playing PlayStation, you know, that's what every fella does, you know. But you know, once I started taking it more seriously in terms of like I'm making a schedule, I'm doing this, and just before I started saying like I think I can make this a full-time job type of thing. Obviously, she didn't have a clue about streaming and stuff like that. She obviously fucking has all these, you know, makeup influencers and stuff like that she knows. So she knows the whole YouTube side of it and stuff like that. But she hadn't a clue what Twitch was and stuff. But to be fair though, like there was obviously rough stages and stuff like that where I was taking the piss and you know streaming. Obviously I wasn't streaming morning streams and stuff like that. Then I was doing like 9 p.m. till 4 a.m. in the morning. Oh my god, I'll never do that shit again, man. But yeah, I was taking the piss in terms of I was just so involved and into it that I just wanted to spend as much time as I could doing it, if you know what I mean. And I just took away time from her and stuff like that. And I just wasn't scheduling it right. And obviously there was just times where just going through some rough patches and stuff like that. But she actually wanted to learn and she wanted to be interested and she wanted to support me in it and stuff like that too. And like I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life than I am right now in terms of my relationship, in terms of my relationship with my fucking family, in terms of fucking streaming, like sports, going to the gym and stuff like that. I'm just so content with life now that I just want to focus everything now and focus all my energy onto making content and making the kind of the best content that I can, because I'm very much a person who's quality over quantity. I'm not going to just force out a video a day and stuff like that where it's just going to be, you know, obviously that's content out there, but it's not good content, you know. It's not going to be something that's on the channel that people are going to want to watch, you know. I'm happy at the moment making a video a week every Wednesday. Russia Wednesdays, what? Hello. Just a video every Wednesday and you know, slowly integrating maybe a video a weekend then as well and stuff like that, and then having the streams and then just spending time with family and the girlfriend as well, you know.
I feel like you've had a conversation with your girlfriend though about like time management, and like there must have been some sort of conversation where it's like, I'm not spending enough time with you, I'm not like giving you enough attention, I'm spending too much time with this. What was that conversation like?
I'm very lucky that she's, you know, she wanted to sit me, like she could have easily be like, you're not spending enough time with me, fuck off, you know. Like I'm very lucky that she sat me down and she was like, look, I want us to spend more time together. Like I support you in what you want to do. I fully support that you want to pursue this as a job and stuff like that. And she was like, if you want to do this, I think you need to schedule it more properly. And she was very kind of the first person who was like, you need to see this as like, you know, you want to make it a job, you need to see it as a job in terms of you need to have shit scheduled, you need to do stuff the right way instead of just hopping on stream and just streaming for the sake of streaming type of thing, you know.
That's so interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like I was even surprised when she was like saying it and stuff like that. I was very fucking grateful, you know.
That's almost like a
grateful.
bird's eye view of like your situation. Like having someone that has like a perspective of you, and like, because I feel like you can get lost in the sauce a little bit. You can get like kind of caught up in what you're doing and be like, oh.
I was very caught up in it. Very caught up in it. Like, and there was times where we were like very, very close to breaking up over it. Very, very close.
How long have you been going out with her?
Don't do that to me, dude.
Oh, you're fucked.
It's like 3.5, 4 years.
4 fucking years.
Yeah. So like,
since you were 19.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, there's hope for us yet.
Yeah, there is. Plenty of hope.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I been going out with her about 2 years since before I started streaming. So like she's known me before I started streaming. She's known me, you know, when I'm streaming as like a whole career change. You know, going out into pharmaceutical plants, calibrating weighing scales, to fucking sitting in my room streaming.
What sort of jobs have you had then? Over the last like 5 years?
It's that's kind of the real main job that I have had, because you know I never really worked when I was in school. Obviously, I had like, you know, the bare 2 to 3 week bar job where I fucking, you know, cleaning glasses, collecting glasses.
That's a really good job though as well when you're young.
It was grand. Like, it was just fucking, I was finishing at 2 o'clock in the morning. That was my time when I wanted to play games. So I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
You know? So that kind of just lasted about 2 or 3 weeks and stuff like that. And I think when I really noticed that I needed to get a job is when I started driving, you know, because I did my fucking driving test 3 days before my leaving cert. That shows how much I study for the leaving cert. Like, yeah. Passed the first time, which is grand. And I like, me and my sister's like 3 years older than me. We both got a car at the same time. I was like, okay, if I want to be able to fucking drive, I need to pay for petrol and stuff like that. So after the leaving cert, I had about a 3 week period of small bit of a summer. Didn't really fucking, you know, do much. And I just went to a random interview for this job. My uncle just said, oh, there's an interview for this job. You should go for it if you've no plan. You know, you might as well, for the sake of it. Went to the interview, and I was in the interview for like 20 minutes, and they were like, yeah, you have the job. Do you want to start like next week? I was like, wow, what? Hardly. Jesus Christ.
Do you know
like,
what a weighing scales is?
Man, I knew nothing. But like, I was very lucky that they trained me in. They told me everything. Like, to be fair, like, I despised the job because I had no interest in it. You know, I had like literally no interest. I was waking up every morning like, fucking hell, I don't want to go to work. Do you know when you like, I don't know if you've ever worked any job or anything like that, but you know, when you like finish work and you're like, oh, I get to relax now, finish work. Like, I was finishing work like, I'm fucking dreading going in the morning. That was my mentality to that job, you know. And I was in that job for 2 years or something like that. And yeah, I was very lucky in terms of, like, it was a very small company. Like, I had 2 bosses, and they were I was 2 bosses and a receptionist. That was it. And my 2 bosses were 2 fucking 30-odd-year-olds. The boys were sound. They were into fucking like Twitch streaming. They were watching like Daquan and everything. They were into like Fortnite and stuff. It was insane. But they were sound out. I was very lucky to say that I never had a bad experience with my bosses or anything like that. I just didn't like the job. I had no interest in it. Like, I was very like self-independent in the job as well, which I didn't like, in terms of like, I had my own I was driving a Ford Transit, man. I had my own van. And in my job at that time, like, I had to go around with like, I think it was like 20 kg weights in the back of the van. Man, I was like fucking Hulk Hogan, man. I was huge. But I had to go around into different like pharmaceutical plants and meat factories and stuff like that, and just going around putting weights on a scale, making sure it weighed right, take the weights off. And in terms, I don't know if you know anything about like pharmaceutical plants, but if there's like a 0.0001% of a difference, like, that could like call back millions upon millions of euros worth of fucking product. Like, so it was very, very stressful. Very, very stressful. And me, a little fucking 18, 19-year-old going in doing that stuff, like, you can only imagine, like.
Yeah, you know? Gara, when he came on the podcast, like, it would have been like a year ago this stage, he was packing drill bits in like a factory for like, I want to say like a year or 2. Yeah. And my question is, do you think you have more appreciation for money after working like in a job like that? Do you have more appreciation for like every single like euro you make, kind of?
Yeah. I think it's more, I have more appreciation in what I'm doing at the moment, because like, I've been in a fucking job where I fucking wake up every morning dreading life. You know, I've been there, and I know how fucking privileged I am at the moment. How like I appreciate so much like everyone that comes in and is fucking generous in the streams and supports me and stuff like that. Like, you know.
What would you say your main motivation is then for being a content creator, being a streamer?
My main motivation, or who motivates me?
Your main motivation in terms of like, what you wake up every day and you want to be a content creator. Where does that motivation come from?
I think it's because I've been in a job that I fucking hate, man.
Yeah.
You know, I've been there, and I don't want to go back there, man. I don't want to go back, that type of thing.
What sort of content do you want to make in a year then, in terms of, because obviously you need to, in my opinion, from looking at it, you need to branch out from streaming and get into YouTube, which you're doing. So I'm not going to be like, oh, you should do this, you should do that, because you're doing it now. But it's like, where do you want to be in a year? What sort of content do you want to like elevate yourself to in the next year?
I definitely want to be obviously making more YouTube videos. I want to be on par with like Twitch streaming is my own thing, and then YouTube is the other side of it. I want to be making IRL content, making what I'm starting to go into now, kind of vlogs and stuff like that. I don't know if you watch Syndicate, his like vlog channel and stuff like that at all.
I know of Syndicate. I had a person in the podcast where he actually was like, his main idol was Syndicate, which is so like he told me a lot about Syndicate, and like he met up with Syndicate when he was a kid, and like he showed me pictures of him with like, Syndicate's a massive figure in the UK for a lot of kids. Like
big time. He's probably the main person that I would look up to, because I've been watching him for so long and I've seen what he's done, and it's really inspiring to me and stuff like that. But like, I kind of want to do what he does, in terms of, he has like a vlogging channel where he goes about and like he just records what he does day to day, and it's so fucking interesting. Like, he could go and, you know, go to the fucking local fucking shop and buy a load of tools, go home and renovate his house a small bit. The next day he could be flying off to fucking Florida for 3 days and just recording shit, you know? Yeah. And then at the other side of it, he has his Twitch streams, he has his gaming YouTube channel, where he does other stuff as well, you know?
I had my phase where I went through like a lot of vloggers, like Casey Neistat was a massive one for me. I love Mars Bar Vlogs. He was from like, I don't know where he's from.
I remember him.
But he used to the exact same shit what you're saying there. Like, he literally just go out and like fucking start building shit. It's like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
So it is interesting to do. Do you reckon you want to? I hate the word vlogger, but would you want to be a vlogger? Say if that was like your, you know, vlogger on YouTube as your main source of income. It's what's gonna be really strange for you though is if YouTube does take off, how you handle being known as Rusher the streamer, and then going from being Rusher the streamer to the content creator. And the content creation, because that's kind of what happened to me in a sense. I went from streaming as like my main thing, like for like 2-3 years, and then when YouTube started doing well, like the podcast and doing videos and stuff, I kind of had to neglect a whole audience. And I hope you don't do that, because that's really fucking
No. Yeah, no, I'll never get rid of like streaming and stuff like that. Like, I'll never stop streaming. Like, obviously, I don't care if people call me Rusher the streamer, or Rusher the content creator, or Rusher the YouTuber, you know, at least they're saying Rusher type of thing, you know? But I don't know, I really do want to be making that type of content, and I can see such a difference in, like, I'm only starting it now. I've uploaded 3 IRL YouTube videos, and the amount of like support and change it has been from making gaming content and stuff like that as well. Like, I've had people DM me saying like, Jesus Christ, I'm really like the way the YouTube channel is going. I really like the past 2-3 YouTube videos that you've put up. I really want to see more. Like, that's so different to me. I've never had someone, like, when I was uploading gaming content, I never had someone say, can't wait for the next YouTube video type of thing.
There's way more hype as well when you do stuff IRL. Like, people have like an incentive to watch, because it's something. If you do something IRL, you never know what's going to happen. So there's always that like element of surprise. So it's like, if you watch a fucking Call of Duty game, you know, like, someone's going to fucking die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Might throw a grenade. That's cool, isn't it? You know? Search and destroy. He's planting, is he? Oh, great. It's like, you know what's going to happen. But it's like, when you're watching a vlogger, if you're watching like a Mr. Beast type video, it's like something different's going to happen like every fucking 30 seconds.
Every time. Yeah, but like you said, like, I think I really have found my niche in terms of that type of stuff now.
I saw you the day in the life of a Twitch streamer video. That was really good. And the Prime, I watched the Prime one as well. What was Prime like?
Fucking disgusting, man. Oh my God, it's horrendous. I have a bottle over here. It is, like, this isn't even finished, man. It's up to about there. I couldn't drink it at all, man. It's disgusting. It's, do you know what it's like? Do you know, like, maple syrup? It's like the consistency of maple syrup, but tastes like cat's piss. That's exactly what it tastes like.
Cat piss.
Yeah.
Go on, JJ, son. That's great.
Honestly, Logan Paul, if you're looking for a little collaboration, I'm down. No bothers at all.
Yeah. But it's interesting because you obviously go to the gym and stuff, and you're into your physical well-being. So like, and I think they're branding this drink as like not that sugary, but it's like you can take it at the gym and stuff. It's like,
it's like coconut water and stuff like that. But
fuck, like, coconut. If you put
coconut
it's not
into
nice,
anything,
I'm not
you're
gonna
a fucking drink it.
Coconut's awful.
Fact. It's horrendous, man. It doesn't even taste like coconut though. It just fucking tastes like dirt. It's disgusting.
Even,
you know?
Like, I'm not going to tell the story, but there's coconut oil in the house. I just remember tasting it. You know what coconut oil is used for? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I tasted it a bit and it's like, oh, what the fuck is this shit? And they put that in like bounties and stuff. Man, people like bounties out of the celebration.
Anyone who eats Bounty Bar, can't be doing that shit, man.
They're fucking weird, like. But I know a guy who went for in school when they'd hand out like at the end of a fucking term, but like, oh, this little party day, last day of primary school, and then they'll fucking, there's the celebrations or where the fuck. And this weird guy with glasses, of course he'd have glasses. First thing he'd do, and he just, can I have a bounty? Fucking take the lot of them. No one, you can just, overdose on the bounties. We don't even care, like, honestly.
I don't know how anyone can eat that type of stuff, man. It's disgusting.
It's the fact he ate it over like a Mars bar or something, or he ate it over like a Maltese. It's like, fuck off, like you little pelican. Well, I want to go back to kind of like your earlier, because I didn't really touch on that. What were, during school, what was your main aspirations? So say when you're in first year, what was your main aspirations as it's in first year, second year, in your early school? Like, what was your like ideal outcome for your life at that age?
Oh man, I just wanted to play ball
all the time.
I living for fucking playing sport, man. Going out onto the green in front of the house and kicking a ball around, even if it was just by myself, man. Doing keepy uppies, the whole lot. I was big into it, man. I still am, man. I just fucking love going out and playing ball. Like,
pretty good at the time.
Man. I still am good. What do you mean? Still am good.
I mean, yeah. Was there any like ambitions of being on the county team for Gaelic or anything like that?
I was on the county team for my leaving cert year.
Ooh.
So, yeah, so I that shows how much I didn't give a shit about the leaving cert, man. I was going down to West Cork, I was going up to North Cork, the whole lot, training and stuff like that. So yeah, that was.
I don't know if you'd be down, but I'd love to do like a 5-a-side fucking football tournament out of like Irish content creators. Like, it's 100%. something I want to do for a while. Like, it's very, just all meet up in Limerick or Cork or something, like, or Dublin, just fucking all go up for like a day or two, record like a load of content, just do like, imagine like literally just a 5-a-side and like an AstroTurf pitch, you and goal.
110% down. Yeah 100%. I mean, I'll be an outfield player as well if you want me to.
No, you're sick.
5-star skills, 5-star weak foot. I'm telling you right now, still to this day, I'm the fastest player on my Gaelic football team and the fastest player on my soccer team. So I'll take you on in a race any day.
Oh, you'd probably win, like. I'd win over time though. I have good stamina,
If you're ever doing any type of football videos, crossbar challenge or anything, get me in on that. I love nothing more than that.
I want to do that sort of stuff. I have a load of ideas. I don't know if you know JMY. He'd be so he wants to do stuff like that as well with me, and we want to do stuff like that. And it's just about like, I just need to start driving. Like, if I can start driving, fuck, I'm there. Like, we'll do it up in fucking Castlebar and Mayo. I don't give a fuck. I'm there. Like, we'll just
do your license, so.
Yeah, it's literally holding me back so much, and it's only me that can change that. It's so fucking annoying.
You just need to get it done, man. I mean, I would say you've the most time in the world that you do at the moment. You don't, obviously, but like, you have time. You have time to organize it, get it sorted, and you're able to like work your schedule around it.
I'm fully procrastinating. I mean? Like, it's just fully like I'm putting it off every fucking time, and it's like I'm done.
You have your theory test on, don't you?
No.
Bud, get onto it right now, will you, please?
I'm such my mother's always saying, Jake, get on the fucking road, get a car, like. And the fucking worst part as well is my dad is getting a new car anyway, so he's like, you can just have the one we have there, like. It's like a low.
You're sorted.
Yeah.
You're such a little child. Like, just go ahead and get it done, will you? Fucking hell. I'm
literally a fucking baby. Like, I'm not even joking. The COVID years actually hit me so hard. Like, I wasn't able to do like my own, like my graduate. I wasn't able to like go to my own graduation or anything like that because of COVID. Like, I missed out on so much good shit at the very end of school. Like, it shaped me as a person. It's made me a social introvert. What are you supporting football then?
United, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
What do you think of the Chelsea stuff at the moment?
It is what it is, like,
I hope they get fucking put into administration during the League One. I hate them.
Oh, man, that'd be so funny. Imagine seeing Chelsea in League One. They dominate the thing, but it'd be so funny.
It'd be so fucked, though, if they get deducted 9 points and United are in the Champions League next year.
I fucking love nothing more than it would. Jesus Christ.
It'd be so undeserved because you're fucking dog shit, like.
We're horrendous at the moment, man. We got Bruno acting like a little fucking baby. Cristiano Ronaldo's out of his prime in the whole lot. Like, there's talks of Rashford leaving as well.
Yeah, after PSG or something, isn't there?
Yeah, something like that.
Honestly. Little fucking spoiled brat. Honestly, I hate watching him play football. It actually makes me want to claw my eyes out, like, just looking at him.
I hate watching the whole United team play football at the moment, man.
Do I think, right? Him and Gary Neville should fuck off and go run for Prime Minister or something like that.
Might as well.
Rashford never
be better off. You'd be better off, man.
Have you ever been to a United game?
I went to my first United game just before, I think 2 weeks before the lockdown happened. I went to United versus Wolves. Fun fact, this is my first ever like Premier League game, first ever professional football game I've ever went to. I went to United Wolves on the Saturday, I think, and 0-0, finished 0-0. I went to the next day, I went up to Burnley to watch Arsenal and Burnley. 0-0 again. So the 2 Premier League matches, 2 professional football matches I've ever seen, I've never seen a goal. You
should have waited on for a week, man. Fucking watch the Manchester derby, Scott McTominay from the halfway line.
Well, I know. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
only I got tickets for it.
The only fucking good performance that cunt's had in about 3 years. Like, what's your goal for the next year then? In 12 months' time, what's your goal? What's your aspirations to be here in 12 months' time?
I just still want to be here. I still want to be creating content. I don't really like to look into, you know, numbers and, you know, I'd love to be on 100k by this time next year. I don't really like to look at it like that. I prefer to kind of think I'm so fucking grateful to be able to say that I'm doing this as a full-time job. I just want to still be able to say that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you want to be fucking... Yeah. I mean, I would say you want to be like financially stable, but like you're kind of living at home, like you're kind of vibing, like you don't really... I don't think money's like a motivation for you though, like...
No, it's not. Well, obviously, like money's fucking great, like, but I'm more focused on creating content that I enjoy and just enjoying it. As long as I'm enjoying it, I'm happy. You know, as long as I'm enjoying it, as long as people are watching my stuff and they're saying, "Jesus, this is really actually enjoyable," and they want to come back for more, then I'm happy. You know.
Yeah, I think being financially stable is something like it takes a burden off, but at the same time, it's like I don't think you're the type of guy that like your happiness being determined like based on the amount of money you have or something like that, or the amount of money you make.
I don't like to look at it like that. Like obviously, I have a fucking car to pay for and stuff like that, but you know that will come with time and stuff like that. I don't really like to think about the money side of it. I feel like it's very obviously it's there. I know it's there. You know, I'm meant to look at the money side of it because I am doing this as a full-time job, but I really hate looking at the money side of it. I feel like it's kind of a dark side of it, you know, and it needs to be looked at, but it's very dark, you know.
I have no issue taking money off YouTube. Like people watch the video, get ads and stuff. It's when people like sub and stuff, like you look at the amount of money people are spending on fucking gifted subs, man.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I had a guy come into my stream last night, like Jake, he works at McDonald's, right? He fucking, I say it all the time.
McDonald's is a grand job.
No, it's not even that. He works at the front door. Like he takes like COVID certs and shit different. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But it's like, I say to him all the time, you're basically flipping burgers and I'm getting the money for it. Like, will you stop giving me money? Like, there's no need. Like, it's like you're working a job.
The amount of time I've physically had to like tell people like, please, like, stop gifting me subs because you're doing too much. I feel so fucking bad, you know? And like, at the end of the day, yeah, it is my full-time job. Like, that's my income, like what I'm earning. Well, it's not my income, it's people's income that they're fucking gifting subs and stuff like that. Like, but it's like, you know, if you're gifting subs, I'm earning that, like, a percent of that money as well. But like, I hate the fucking thought of someone putting in a hard fucking graft and then just fucking throwing money at me. Like, I feel like a fucking stripper or something. Like, get away, man.
I love the fact that gifted subs are a thing. I love that. Yeah. But like, there is like a little part of me is like sometimes when I get like a mad amount give something like, Jesus Christ, boys, calm down.
I don't know how to react, man. I don't know how to do it. Like I'm grateful that I have such a close knit community that I'm very close with the amount of people that are in my stream, and I know like what they're about and what they do and stuff like that. And when I have someone that's in the stream a good while and I know they're working, you know, a grand job and stuff like that, and they're out there gifting fucking 10 subs, I'm like, man, you spend that money on yourself, like. You know, go out and just fucking get a nice meal for yourself or something instead.
There should be a fucking be gamble aware on the fucking Twitch subs when you're with the fucking gift. Like
actually, some sort of, shouldn't there?
There should be. I was thinking about this like last day. There should be something on there. It's like you're literally, man, it's an addiction. I've been there as well. Like where I've been gifting subs people. It's a fucking addiction. Like.
It is, yeah. It really is. It really is. You get such a feel good feeling though. Like if you give subs to someone, they're like, "Oh my god, thank you so much." I'm like, "I want to give you more money. Let me give you more money."
That's what Mr. Beast feels like every time he gives away like a loads of money to homeless people. Just like addicted. It's imagine like a couple of years time, you know, just say you went off the rails on the booze and the drugs, you know, heroin, shooting it up, all this, and just, you know, fuck the physical health, fuck Gaelic football, load of shit.
I don't even drink, bro. Fucking hell.
Yeah, and you know, just times are hard. Like the car broke down, you can't afford.
Shave my head. Call me Britney Spears. Yeah,
and you go into the AA meetings and you sit down. Yeah, crack addict. Yeah, what are you in here for? like if you know Twitch subs me, that's gonna happen at some stage. Like,
my God, yeah, it will. Fucking hell.
What's your craziest stream then for Gifted? Because I remember a stream where you had like fucking 600 or something like that in one stream, or something mental.
There's fucking
there's so many of them,
man. No, I don't want to say that, but
you cocky cunt.
I think the craziest one the craziest stream I've ever done is definitely the 24-hour stream. I've never had a stream like that before. Like I had like fucking throughout the whole 24 hours, there was like 60 average. But when I checked it, like I don't stream with viewer count on, so I don't know how many people are in the stream and stuff like that. Like, so I checked the stats after, and it was like fucking 60 average people. The chat was consistently flowing. It was such a good time. Like I could have went on for another fucking 5 or 6 hours after it. Like I was on such a high after it. But I honestly couldn't even tell you how much subs I got throughout that stream. I don't really like to think about that type of stuff. You know, bragging about shit like that. I don't really like it, you know, because there's people out there that have been streaming longer than me, putting in more effort than me, and they might not be getting as much subs as me and stuff like that. So I don't really like to put people down like that.
You definitely deserve it though, because I feel like the way you are and the way you are as a person, you attract similar like-minded people, and they kind of feel not obliged, but they kind of like, you know, like I'm enjoying it so much. Fuck it, like I feel like I have a really close relationship with this person. I want to help them out, like in whatever way I can. So like you deserve it in that way, but like I get what you mean in terms of like. It kind of feels like you're a fucking stripper or something, like.
Yeah, but like I'm very like fucking grateful as well at the same time that when the people do be gifting subs, like they're saying like you fucking deserve this shit, like.
Yeah. And stop gifting me subs.
Man.
Gifted.
Yeah, like there's nothing, like I can't take compliments, man, and people in my fucking chat know that shit, so they take advantage of it. They're like, you fucking deserve this shit. I'm like, fuck off, will ya? Jesus, get away.
You actually have great genetics though, I can't lie. You have fantastic
great genetics.
Yeah, you have nice teeth, you know, like the nose I could take or leave, to be honest, but like nice eyebrows and stuff, you know, like, you know.
Thanks, man.
How's any receding hairline?
Nah, hairlines. Well, I'm not gonna pull them up because the hair is fucking greasy as fuck. But the hairline's grand, man. It's chilling.
Stick on a fucking hat, yeah. Couldn't even fucking shower for the podcast. Wow.
Take up the hair, man. I was in town this morning trying to get internet. That's why I didn't shower this morning.
You know, fucking when Jane came on the podcast a year ago, he literally was like, this is the first thing on a podcast, amazing, like. Yeah. And I say he mustn't have showered in about 2 weeks, right? I don't know what the fuck was going on. He comes on to the podcast like, Jake, how do I look? It's like, you look grand, Jenny. You look grand. Nice polo shirt and everything on him at the time, hat, freshly shaved beard and everything. This has gone to so much effort today. Like, you have to just give it to him. Like,
I love that though, man.
Jen's a funny cunt.
He's some man, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's so fucking nice as well. Like, he's done so much for me, like, out of fucking nowhere. Like, that he doesn't need to do as well. Him, Gara, the whole fucking lot of the boys, like, they're... Like, I have so much support from them, and I can't fucking say it. Like, man, I have so much fucking respect from them. It's absolutely insane the amount of stuff that they're doing, especially for the Irish content creation scene, man. So much respect from them. So much respect.
What's it been like going from, like, I said to Bisto as one of the last podcasts, it's kind of a repetitive question, but like, what was it like going from like your own community, building your own community, kind of like, you know, Warzone, Apex Legends community, to try and like, to grow as, you know, you weren't really like thinking of like, oh, Irish content creator, like, you know, get the Irish people in. What's it been like going from that community, like in your own community, like finding like what we have and like Gara's community and kind of like trying to merge?
I feel like each and every single one of us have, I'm not going to say the same community, but a lot of similar people in the community, and a lot of people come into my streams, come into your streams, come into your
Mr. Potato Head. You ever had him in?
Yeah, Spud, man, he's sound.
He gives some amount of subs, man. He's a fucking crack addict. He's the guy in the AA meetings, like.
He's a sound lad though.
Yeah.
Like, but like the people, like, I think we all kind of don't even know that they're all coming into our streams, like, subconsciously and stuff like that, and you know, it all kind of ties down to the past couple of weeks where we're all kind of, I feel like we're all talking a bit more. You know, I feel like there's not enough people talking within the Irish content creation scene, and you know, getting together and just making fucking content and just having some fun, you know.
Yeah,
and that's when you'll start to see the other people coming in and be like, hey, I watch his videos too. I didn't know that you guys knew each other, type of thing.
Yeah, you put that really well there, actually. Like, I always thought of it as if like you and Mr. Gibbon, Bang Average Fella, Bisto as well. Like you all have like your own like community over there in Call of Duty. Like it's kind of away from us. But maybe it is like you all like everyone's kind of involved. Just we haven't been talking to her. Like we haven't been like engaged. And hopefully with these podcasts as well, like we kind of like get to know each other a bit more. Like hopefully, like
of course, man.
You go on to Gara's one and stuff like that, and I think Gara's kind of on here again soon. So like everyone's kind of like merged and talking. We're kind of like all kind of getting our name out there in the same group, which is really, really nice.
I'd love nothing more than, you know, all of us to meet up and like do different YouTube videos, do different like content creation, make podcast, IRL podcast. Like I'd love like all I want to do is just fucking create content, have some fun with it, you know. I'd love nothing more if you fucking DM me, be like, hey, this date, 3 weeks time, I'm thinking about doing something IRL wise, you know, do some video. You down? I'm like, man, 110%. Yeah, I am. You know,
we're definitely doing something over the summer. Like I'm telling you now, in June we're doing something in Dublin. I don't know what it is, but it'll be before TwitchCon. If you're going to that, it'll be around June.
I'm gonna try and get tickets for TwitchCon as well.
Yeah,
definitely.
that'll be. You and Bisto was talking like you and him going over like TwitchCon would be interesting. Have you ever been to TwitchCon before?
No, I never have.
Me neither. No. I just want to go over and smoke a lot of ganji, to be honest, man. Over in Amsterdam, fucking vibing. The amount of Twitch streamers who are going to lose their virginity over in Amsterdam is going to be fucking crazy.
God, Jesus. I'm staying well away from that, bro. Fuck that. I've never actually been to any type of like TwitchCon or anything like that. The only thing I've ever been to, I went to Insomnia 51 or something.
That's in the UK, isn't it?
In the UK, back when I was like third year, man. I was in third year. I went there. The only reason I went there is to go fucking see Syndicate. Yeah. Stayed in the line for 5 hours, and I got to like about the last quarter of the line, and they were like, "Yeah, shutting up shop for today." Stayed in the line for 5 hours. Like, are you actually fucking serious? Like,
you didn't even get to meet him.
No, I didn't get to meet him or anything. No.
That's literally that's blue balling someone like that's actually crazy.
Yeah, man, it was so bad. Yeah, but look, I enjoyed the experience, man. I went there for like 2 days and went to see all different like kind of, you know, gaming shit and stuff like that, and played games and saw the like main stage and stuff. It was super cool. It was very well done as well. Yeah,
TwitchCon is the best like, in terms of like safety and all that shit. Like it's very well put together and everything is very choreographed and stuff. So
I really can't wait for like seeing people that like yourself in person and Gara and Jenny and all that, and especially seeing people like.
How's the hair up there? Is it good as it? Yeah.
Look at that, literally. That's what Bob says to me all the time.
Man, Bob, oh my god. Do you know, like when you walk by someone in a wheelchair, that's literally gonna be Bob and you. Like it's like right,
literally, man. Fucking hell. I had to make sure I didn't step on him when I was up in Dublin. He was so small.
That's great. Is there a picture of you and him that I can like put on the podcast?
I don't think when we're both standing up. I don't think so. No, I'll have to try and get one the next time I go up to meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but no, I'm definitely I want to do something in June because like a lot of my content over the summer is IRL, like Mr. Beast style content. We're going out and we're doing stuff like 24-hour shit, or like fucking doing this for 24 hours, or I gave this person doing it. Like that's the type of shit I want to do over the summer. This can be a weird question if you've never heard of it, but have you thought about joining Lad Nation, or was there any like conversation at the time when like you were talking about that or thinking about it?
I was thinking about applying for it and stuff like that, but just at the time I was in no way, shape or form able to, in terms of like time wise, you know, because I was in college at the time. I done that, you know, year college course for like primary school, like secondary school PE teaching. I was training to sports. Like I was at that time where I was like trying to explain to my girlfriend what streaming was. I was like streaming full time. In my head, I was like, no, I physically don't have time to be able to fucking join it. And man, the more it goes on, I'm like, this sounds unreal,
it's unreal.
It sounds so good, doesn't it?
I was there time like, this is gonna be a fucking flop, a load of bullshit. Like, but 2 weeks, I think it's coming like pretty soon. Like, and next month.
Can you let me in on something?
All I know is Gara's trying the podcast in like 2 weeks time, and the whole topic of the podcast is Lad Nation. So hopefully soon. But I don't know a lot of information. I'm trying to get out of Gara, but he's fucking secretive as fuck. All I know is he put a lot of money into it. Like, Gara has like this little perception. I'm gonna say this. I always get mad, but he has this perception. He's a very stingy cunt. Like, you wouldn't see him sub to anyone on Twitch. Like, he wouldn't give any subs. He wouldn't be subbing to no one. Typical Cavan person, like stingy as fuck. Like, but to hear that he's put like a lot of money into this has really got me excited.
It's gonna be big, man. It's gonna really push off the Irish content creation scene, and I can't wait to see what unfolds with it. I'm really, really excited, and he is 110% of my fucking support through it as well, man.
I guarantee he has like merch already planned for this shit. He probably has like he's after buying this insane camera. I don't know how much it costs, but it's like one of the better Sony ones. Or no way, it was the newest version of the Lumix one. like some new version. So he's going to be like, the quality I think is going to be insane. Now whether the actual like quality behind camera and in front of the cameras there will be visual quality will be insane. It'll be in the same like visual quality.
Without a doubt, I know that the quality of like the videos and the ideas of the videos is insane. I'm just excited to see who's going to be on it, man.
Yeah, it is. I hope because last summer there was a lot of hype there, like, oh, Lad Nation, oh, this is crazy. Yeah. And it's like nearly, well, I say this idea's been in production for about a year, but like only the last like 6 months we heard about it. And I'm kind of hoping that when he comes on the podcast, more is kind of talked about. We get like more details and stuff. I want a lot of people to come on that podcast and be like, okay, Lad Nation, I'm excited for that shit. It's gonna be great. But the only reason I never really like fell in love with the idea from the start is because like the whole point of the Sidemen, like they're already friends, like what we're saying here, but like just go up to Dublin and do some videos together, like me, you, Bob, like all the boys. Go and do a football video or something like that. You don't have to be in a group or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of. Yeah. But obviously, Lad Nation would be like a brand more so than like a friend group. I don't know. We'll see. We'll learn. I'm not going to speak for Gara.
I feel like Chris will know though, like to not force it. You know what I mean? He's not gonna. I feel like he's gonna be like, I'm not forcing you boys to be friends and be funny on camera and stuff like that. Just fucking go out and have a bit of fun. You know? Yeah,
Chris is so fucking like pinpoint as well because he's very good at business and all that stuff. He'll know exactly if Chris is putting, I'm not joking. If Chris is putting up to $2,000 into a fucking project, there's going to be no fucking, the failure rate is going to be so low, it's going to be insane. Like, because there's no way that cunt is putting thousands into a project and it's going to be a flop. Like, it's just not happening.
It's going to be good if he's putting that stuff into it. Yeah, big time. Yeah, 110%.
That's about it. That's a good podcast. Last question I want to ask you: what could you improve on as a content creator, as in the current moment?
Oh, definitely working on like my socials and getting stuff out more regularly. Say that word for me.
Regularly. Do you know what's so fucked about that as well? Fucking, I at the very end of the last podcast, Bisto, I asked him to shout his social, and he had a voice crack. So nice little fuck up the brain. No, thanks for ruining my outro.
I can't say that word at all. But like, definitely working on regularly, working on more socials and kind of getting on top of more stuff.
Yeah.
And I do eventually want to have a set schedule for everything. You know, I don't really like the whole weekly schedule. I do eventually want to have a set schedule where people know when I'm going to be live, know when I'm going to upload a YouTube video, know when certain stuff is going to come out, that type of thing.
I talk as if I'm some sort of fucking schedule god. I've only started like having a schedule since the start of February, like every week, like having this. And to be fair, it's worked really well though, because I've been getting everything done that I've written down. Like everything that I write down on a Monday is done by Friday. Like it's just.
I definitely think it's one of those things that people kind of bypass. And I think it's one of the most important things when it comes to creating content. And if you want to start streaming, you want to start making YouTube videos, you need to have a schedule.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Class. Any last message for anyone watching? Because I feel like a lot of people from your community are going to watch this. Any little personal shout outs to the mods or any like name dropping people? Oh, they're in the podcast. That's so special, you know?
Yeah, no, like throw me out on the road here.
If you miss, oh my god, if you miss one person, you're in the fucking shit. Like,
yeah, see, look, I'm not going to name any names. I'm just going to say anybody who has come over from the Twitch streams and stuff like that, and the YouTube videos and the Discord. I said it into the Discord as well that I was going to be here as well. So if you're watching, if you're listening, thank you, appreciate you.
How many mods do you have then?
I have kind of 2 or 3 mods, but one kind of main mod, which is Chris Shadows. Does, man, I can't like say enough about this man. He is. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for Chris, man. Seriously,
Chris,
he's done
we
so
got you,
much
bro.
for me.
I got Chris. Just remember, I have you in mind. Okay, we love you, Chris. See, I got out in the end.
We love
amazing.
you, Chris.
Love you. Obviously, you can check out BistoBob. Link in this. Fuck! I actually just said you ruined my outro. I'm after ruining it myself. Like, how the fuck?
I cannot believe... Man, you're really doing that to me. You're really doing that to me.
It's gone to shit.
You're never leaving that one down. Okay. I'm never leaving that one down.
Oh, no, man. Okay, let's just...
I beg you, send me that clip. I beg you, send me that clip.
I will. I'll send it to you before. You can put it up tonight if you want.
Perfect,
okay, think of something else. So you're going Gara's thing tonight. How are you feeling, towards that and going Gara's?
Honestly,
are you nervous?
Yeah. I was very nervous to come onto this, but
The first half an hour was a bit shaky. We've been good for the last hour and a half.
Yeah, no, but I feel like I'm a lot more confident going into it. I'm a lot less nervous. Obviously, I'd say about a half an hour before it starts, I'll be shaking and shit my pants. Then again, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to see what they have to say, and I'm really looking forward to picking out Gara's brain. I fucking love the way his mindset is and the way he thinks and stuff like that. I can't wait to see his mindset behind stuff too.
Lovely stuff. Okay. If I
say it again.
Okay. Thank you very much to Rusher for coming on the JakeMcBoss podcast, episode number 19. If you've enjoyed him, sure drop a like, subscribe if you're new. BistoBob, what's your link? Who's BistoBob? You may sorry.
There's more BistoBob promotion than it. What am I seeing?
Oh shit! Yeah. Do you want to shout out your socials then, Rusher?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just, it's Rusher with 2 R's at the end. You can't get any more simple than that. I mean, YouTube,
R for retard, so you can't miss it.
That's the one.
3 R's.
Nice one. 2 R's at the end. That's all you need. Twitch, it's Rusher. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, the whole lot. If you want to go and check it out, I'd really, really appreciate it.
Love that. It's been a great episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you next one. Cheers for watching. Kisses. Bye bye.